triple G. Brace yourself for the things you'll see. From comic books to toys and more, and all cartoons that we adore. Pop culture, flicks and geeky stuff. We love it all and can't get enough. So settle in and enjoy the show. Please hit like and subscribe before you go.
How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your ginger jolly geek, and I am joined once again by my good pal Andy, Perpetual Comics. How are you, Andy?
I'm all right. You say that about everybody that joins.
I do.
My good friend.
Well, no, only those that I invite on the show. Do you know what I mean? So,
True.
So if you're not being invited to the show, it sends a message.
Was I invited? I technically just said,
you invited
goodness.
yourself. You invited yourself.
Okay, let's move on. No, I'm great. I'm very good, mate. I'm looking forward to it and really enjoyed the first show. Hope everybody that watched and joined in last week enjoyed it as well. And we're here for round two. Let's do it.
Round two of Rusty Staples. So lots to get through tonight. We've got tons of comic book related content. I coughed right when I said content. Lots of comic book related content. Loads of good stuff to talk to you about tonight. I'm excited. I'm enjoying this show. This was a good show last time, so I'm sure it's going to be just as much fun this time.
Give it a few more weeks, Peter.
Yeah, the excitement ties off, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyway, we've got loads of people in the chat, so let's see who we have got tonight. We have got Wayne Deacon. It's Rusty Ginger. Oh, you see, filth. He asked us to send him some, dirty bastard. Anyway, we've got Wayne.
CGC slab.
We've got Ash. Nice to see you, Ash. Andy. Never heard of him. Perpetual Comics. I couldn't say Perpetual. That's a Perpetual. We've got Super Sorrel. Nice to see you, Super Sorrel. I hope you're well. Evening, peeps. We've got Terry. Terry, I hope you're feeling a little bit better, mate. I know you're under weather a little bit, so I hope you are on the mend. We've got the main man, Fuzzy, of the Dunlop. Giddy up, boys. Tina to mount up. Is that Scott? Is he talking Scottish to us there, Andy?
Giddy up, boys. Tina to mount. No idea. I think he's. I was going to say his fingers slipped when he was typing, but that sounds a bit.
Tina to mount up. I'm with you, Fuzzy. All that up. Time for fuck's sake. We're with you, Fuzzy. We're with you. But did you notice, Fuzzy? We didn't question you. Mate, because
would we dare?
Would I dare? No, absolutely not. Because he goes back and he checks the tape. He's a detective, Fuzzy. Detective.
Wait a minute.
Fuzzy,
the tape.
Yeah, that's how old I am. Betamax.
Wow.
Betamax. This is my favourite thing at the moment. I wish we had a segment on what's made us smile this month. This is Murder, She Wrote. Do you know who Murder, She Wrote is?
Mr. Bell, I believe, is it?
It is, because he was dicking about changing his names.
Did he get red roomed for 2 weeks?
Stuck with this one. We're changing his names too much. So he's stuck with good old Jessica on his screen, which I love. Just because the Almighty gave people a taste for lobster doesn't mean that he gave lobster a taste for being boiled alive. Any comments, Andy?
It's best probably not to at this point, for legal reasons.
Okay. Stephen Butler, evening all. How are you all today? Very good, mate. I hope you are well. Deep. Very deep, Chris. It's Socrates, Bell. Oh, they're discussing the fun fact from Chris. We've got Joshy Boy Toys. Nice to see you, bud. Socrates was Chris's nickname at school. We've got James of the Keegan. Nice to see you, Mr. Keegan. Hope you're well. Here you indeed. We've got Bethany. Thank you for joining, Bethany. Thank God there's no James in his stained bed covers. Wow. He's not even on the screen, and he's giving him jip. That's terrible.
He's always with us, though.
He's always here in spirit. We've got ABZ. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. I'm just the bloke who watches my content. The problem with the chat sometimes is it takes us so long to get to the things, so I've kind of missed.
Context. We've missed the context.
Fuzzy saying, I've never made my good palette. You absolutely have, Fuzzy. I invited you onto one of my shows. I even wanted to kind of do that thing where like if you Nelly said something bad. If you was a member of a terrorist organisation or something like that, and would pixelate his face and then make his voice like dead high pitched. Do you know what I mean? I think that would be great fun.
In your dreams, it sounds there, Peter. You've really thought about this? Pixelated.
Pixelated, fuzzy. Who the hell is that behind you, Andy?
Is there something? Are you talking these guys here? Green Machine, Rogue Trooper,
Unless we've picked up
the Joker, Batman.
the spirit behind you. Real question, favourite crisps? Easy. Beef Monster Munch.
Oh, do you know? I was actually thinking of what could we could do, like a little bit of a joke. We done the chocolate bar thing last week, or
We did.
And I would me and Sorrow are on the same line, because I was thinking Chris, and I would probably go with a pack of salt and vinegar square crisps.
Yeah.
All right, okay. I'm going to have it with my bounty that you ridiculed last time as well.
Dirty bastard. Dirty. I mean, salt and vinegar are a nice flavour, but I tend to have them more as a side dish to go in with a sandwich. So if I'm having an egg sandwich, I have salt and vinegar crisps inside the sandwich.
With the egg?
With the egg. Bit of texture, bit of crunch. Nice.
Yeah. What about your sandwich?
That was me biting the sandwich there, just in case you were unclear.
Thank you.
Let one know in the chat your favourite flavour. Crisp. Got a bunch of comics in my basket at the moment, though, and I'll wait to watch the show tonight to see if I can add some more to the basket. Well, we've got some interesting ones to talk about.
Yep.
We've got Jack. Nice to see you, Jack. Hope you're doing well. Stephen, here I am, 20 minutes away from Forbidden Planet in London and still buying my books from them online. Yeah. James, I'll just fuck off, so. Bless him, he's wounded. See, that's obviously a comment from about 10 minutes ago when we said, oh, James Keegan's in the chat. That's how long it takes to get through.
Absolutely.
You see, Fuzzy, that's where I was going, and then I thought, oh no, I'll not talk about him on the screen. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah.
Cancelled.
Cancelled. An hour ago when I wrote that I wanted you to turn in a panic. An hour ago when I wrote that I'm just getting so confused with these messages.
So yeah, favourite crisps?
Nice and spicy knickknacks. I go for scampi and lemon knickknacks, I have to say.
Yes, me too.
We've got samurai. Nice to see you, bud. Yeah, it's nice and spicy are nice, but scampi flavour are the best. Do you like a scampi fry?
Yes.
I do.
Are those the scampi fries, the little ones that you get in the pubs?
Yeah, but they're a little bit smelly. But they are nice.
Tasty.
True fact. Salt and vinegar crisps turn Fizzy's lips blue.
Where are you putting them?
Interesting, Fizzy. Interesting. Egg sandwiches. You see. Curry crisps. I don't think I've ever had a curry crisp.
You've never had a curry crisp? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Curry flavoured crisps?
Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly curry flavour, it's like some synthetic coating that's on the chips, but yeah.
Worcester sauce, I do like Worcester sauce crisps. Yeah, very nice. I quite like a tomato ketchup flavour crisp as well. Don't use up all your best chat before next week. We're keeping lots of it in reserve, Ed, for next week, mate. Looking forward to catching up. It's going to be good fun, bud. Good fun. I like scampi flavour fries, but want us to be aware that you'll smell... Yeah. Oh, yeah. God almighty. People are saying, for poor James. Too late, he's gone. He's left the chat. He's in a huff. I had some great mature cheese Jacob cracker crisps, 2 boxes for £3 in Poundland. It's good. Nice stuff.
See the worst about this, I'm on a diet, and this talk of chocolate bars, crisps, I'm just like,
I hope you're not on a diet next weekend, because we're going to
Oh no, diet's on hold.
Spicy tuna fish with a kick. Who the fuck is Fizzy? What's wrong with you, Peter? I think at some point I've had a stroke. I'm just going to be honest. And I can't do words and reading anymore. So just go with us, Chris. Phil. Jessica. Whatever your name is. Just go with us. Beef Monster Munch all the way. You see, Stephen knows where
it's at. Good shout, Stephen. Good shout.
Good stuff. The secret burger sauce McCoy's crisps are good. Don't think I've had them either.
I didn't know that was a thing.
No. Beef Monster Munch we started this idea off, didn't we, and said, let's do a comic show. Let's do 10 minutes in, we're still talking crisps.
I said in the first show, like, we'll put, like, I was going to say effort. We tried to put some slides together. I've made it my new resolution that I'm not going to say anything bad that will upset James Keegan anymore, because
that's an impossibility.
A possibility.
Impossibility. That's an impossibility, I tell you. Yeah. So no, you can literally say anything to James and he goes in a huff. So That's a losing battle.
I have sensed that in various chats. Yeah.
Threw a proper stropper the day when I was texting him. So yeah,
A proper stropper.
a proper stropper. Avocado smoked cheese. Sam, you're geet posh samurai. I'm from Newcastle. Andy's from Scotland. So avocado smoked cheese, Andy, is that something you would?
Listen, it's a delicacy in Glasgow, but we just deep fry it.
Deep fry it. Yeah, the entire thing. I'm with you there, mind. T-bone roysters are next level. I like them. I do like them. Canadian survivalist, let me know, mate. What is your favourite potato chip crisp? That's what we're discussing at the moment on our comic show. What is your favourite potato?
For the last 11 minutes,
yeah,
I might add.
Yeah. Being a Geordie and having a stroke is the same.
Wow.
That is great. Beef Monster Munch make the best sandwich fair and even peeps. Nice to see you, Sean. And absolutely, you're correct. I think Beef Monster Munch are winning so far. Royster's T-bone steak are very good. I've turned over a new PlayStation bed sheet. So you can't speak, man. And decided not to be mean to James. We'll see how long that lasts. I remember when Walker said, yeah, spring onion crisps were nice. I'm still quite partial, even though it's really boring, to those Smith's crisps with the little blue packets of salt in them.
You had to shake them. Yeah.
That's me shaking me salt. Yeah, and you used to, I quite like them.
I'd like to change my crisp because I've just had a thought.
Oh, it's locked in. It's locked in. You can't change it. Go, I'll allow it. Just this once.
You come on his show and he just takes over the crisp.
Our show, Andy. Our show. Yeah.
We'll see. Cheese and onion potato crisps. However, and bear with me, guys, James will know what I'm talking about here. It has to be the ones from the south of Ireland because they're the best.
Different flavours. Okay. Canadian survivalist is saying baked chips. Oh no, sorry, that's samurai baked chips. Nice. Canadian saying bacon flavour crisps. Nice.
Wait. Yeah. Canadian bacon as well.
Yeah. Is that a Belfast bap?
What is a Belfast bap? It's like a roll. That's effectively what it is.
Terry's got a good idea here. Will you be getting any blank covers done at Thorple with your favourite Monster Munch being eaten by comic book characters such as Thor? We could have crisp-based comic covers. I'd like
Listen, I'm going to all over ChatGPT after the show and make that happen. That very comment.
Jack is starving. See, we're here to help Jack. 23 people watching this shit. Just saying.
I'm as surprised and shocked as you are.
Pickled instant Munch and Red Bull used to be my thing when I used to travel to work in Newcastle from Aberdeen every 4 weeks. Definitely a good way to stay awake. Nice. Shows you rusty. We've got Von Hoot. Von Hoot, you're joining at a pinnacle moment in the show, mate. What's your favourite crisp? We've peaked. What's your favourite crisp? Can we get an AI Peter instead? These mistakes are killing my enjoyment.
There's a thought.
Harsh, Fuzzy. It's harsh. Jesus. Right. Let's see. It's experience what it is. Used to have a packet of Ringos. Not the same these days.
Oh, Ringos is a good show.
Onion flavoured.
Onion flavoured. Yeah.
Very tasty. Currently eating bacon rashers. Delish. Is that the crisps? Frazzles? Is that
what, Frazzles? Yeah. Bacon rashers. How posh Panel's not happy.
He's geek posh, isn't he? Geek posh. Yeah. Okay, enough crisp talk. Terry's on there. Terry, thank you so much, mate. 21 watching, but only 10 have thumbs up. Come on, guys. Give her a little thumbs up, please.
Is it the crisp talk? Is that one?
Trouble with AI, it wouldn't get Peter's hair correct.
Thanks. I'm gonna go with it here.
Yeah, at least harsh. Anyway, let's. It's criminal.
Oh, shit. We have slides in a show.
We have slides. We have a show to do. Yeah, it's criminal. Nobody said what's it. I do like a what's it fuzzy, but make your fingers go all kind of yellow, don't they? In orange for later on. But yeah, they're a bit
like your hair.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? Yeah. Anyway. Should we start the show?
I'm exhausted, guys. Can we just call it a day?
I'm knackered. I am famished now as well. I'm looking around. I'm looking around the room for old bits of crisp. I can munch on, but I ain't got any.
So we've done chocolate bars, we've done crisps, like guys.
Sandwich fillings we've done on other shows, but we can do that next week.
After the show's finished, go into the comments just so that it tickles that algorithm and let us know what we want to discuss for our favourite things next show. That's what we need to do.
I'm laughing. ABZ is a long time viewer. Did you ever see when I did that, Andy?
Shaving cream and what's this thing for?
Yeah, I did a quiz on another channel, which we'll not go into. But I did a quiz on another channel.
No, let's go into it. No,
I was asked to guest present it, so I did guess the comic by dressing up. And one of the things I did was Fantastic Four by covering my face in shaving foam and literally squashing cheesy Watsits to my face to make myself look like the Thing. You see, the effort I go through. Wasn't even my channel, so I didn't get the subscribe. I just did it for shits and giggles. Do you know what I mean? Shits and giggles. Anyway, let's talk trade up challenge. Now, Andy, you came up with this idea. This was the idea that we're going to each buy a comic and then sell it and then make some money and then sell it again and sell it again, buy and sell. And at the end of the day, we're going to, whatever money we've made, me and you have agreed to do for charity and give it to charity. People in the chat can take part as well. You had the idea. I agreed to it. And then I realised how much freaking effort it is. And
I'm so glad you said that, to be honest, because I thought, do you know, this is a great idea. We'll have a tenner to start with. It's going to be so easy to come up with something. And then we decided, look, we don't necessarily have to make it a comic. It can be anything as long as it's geeky, nerdy related. It'll tick that box. But I was with you, and especially when the time, because we thought about this idea maybe like, a good 6-8 weeks ago, but we left it to the last minute. Yeah. So yeah, I'm with you. This has definitely been a challenge.
So I've struggled to find, and because I guess in my heart of hearts, I am bone idle. I work damn hard at work and all the rest of it, but actually I'm pretty lazy. And the thought of buying a comic for a tenner and then selling it and maybe making £1, I can't be chewed with that shit. Do you know what I mean? That's, if I'm selling it and I'm making double the money.
You don't understand what the rules were?
I didn't. I feel you cheated and you got us involved and I didn't understand what I was doing. So I've kind of pussied out. But I'm going to show you what I've got in a second.
I think I can guess.
Oh, yeah, then.
And I swear,
swear to me! That's my
Batman. Spent so much time with sorrow that it's going to be a fucking mystery bag, isn't it? Of some sort.
I mean, you obviously know me so well.
Is it?
It is a mystery bag.
Somebody's going to pity buy that from you.
They're not. How dare you, sir? Please buy me bags. No, listen, you go first. Show us what you've got or if you've sold it.
No, I haven't
seen this. I'm seeing Phil again. I do apologise, Bill. I bought a book for £10 to play. It's totally fucked and not worth it. See, I suspect that's what's happening with me. And I called you Bill on purpose there, Chris. I do know your name.
You didn't, John. Okay, so as we said, it was a difficult challenge. I had to look at the comics and I was like, no, it's not happening. It must be really difficult for you to buy a comic at £10 as well. I don't think you bought a comic for £10 in your life.
I don't think I've got a £10. I don't know. I didn't realise it went that low, to be fair.
So I went for a sketch card. Nice. So this is a hand-drawn sketch card by an artist called Cisco. And
he's on Star Trek.
It is. That's what he's named after. And I put it in a little case just to make it look nice and presentable. Uh-huh. And this is what I
I like that.
So I went for an alien sketch card. Uh-huh. And it will come with the little protected case. And So
what did that total you price-wise?
So this in total was £7.
That's not bad, mate.
I put the case on, so I don't know if that's cheating.
It is. You've got to pay. That's not nah. So how much is the case?
Oh wait a minute, £8 was including the postage, so the case was about £1, so it was £8. So
okay.
Wow, we're taking this serious, aren't we? So yes, this will be available to purchase. I haven't even thought about what I want to sell it for, but if anybody in the chat wants to pick this up, bearing in mind that this is a challenge and that the money will eventually be going to charity. Oh, all right, calm down. See, this is how much. Oh yeah, he knows I don't like to be big as well.
People are trying to say that I'm trying to give you an opportunity.
Mate, you forgot that rule. This is us. We're over. So there we go. I can take more pictures and I can stick it up in my Instagram, perpetual.comics on Instagram, plug. But yes, if anybody wants to purchase, let me know.
You've got an offer already.
£8.50, and does that include postage?
Can I just say we've got some controversy already? We're playing this game seriously. A one-touch case is about £3.
No, it's not. Mate, I just watched your video plug buying crap from Temu. I bought these from Temu. So stop your nonsense.
Stephen, can we see the back of the card? Cedric is saying, "I'll swap you for a really nice comic." Okay, so you've gone for a nice. I have to say, I like that, and I like the fact that you have no shame and you're trying to flog it to the chat. That's good. I went for.
I was trying. If you like it that much, you can buy it.
I'm not buying it. I went for 2 of these, so I have opened these on my channel before. These are sealed packets. The reason I've gone for this is...
It's because you're lazy.
Yeah. These are about £4.50 a bag, right? Mm-hmm. But you can get a whole host of different characters. The normal basic characters on eBay are selling for around about £4.50. So I'm not going to lose any money. But if you get one of the ones that's limited, they go for much more than that. Say a tenner. If you get a Battle Beast, it's around about £35. So I potentially, if the gods are looking and smiling down on us, I potentially could make a bit of money if I get the limited ones. Okay. So we'll open them on air.
Why don't you sell them still sealed to? Is that what they?
Well, no, because you can buy them in B&M bargains for £4.50. So
so they're not like limited edition or anything like that sort of thing.
So we'll open them and see if I get a Battle Beast. See, Simon's already in the chat. Nice to see you, Simon. I can't even get into the friggin' things. Hang on.
Oh. Oh.
The saliva costs extra, right? Just saying.
You can make your own Triple G with all the DNA that's on the pack now.
Jesus, what the hell? Why can't I get into them?
You're so weak.
I am. Sol told Peter these are worth money and he believes him. I've checked the sealed fuzzy on eBay. The sealed items. Fuck my life. I've checked the sold items and yeah, some of them are worth decent. Like I say, could backfire terribly. I could get the standard ones and I'm screwed. And I've got a standard one. Fuck my life. Atom Eve, the shittest one of them all. There we go. This is not going to go well, isn't it?
They do look a bit crap. I'm actually feeling really good about this at the moment.
Come on, Battle Beast or a limited one? Fucking hell! So 2 of the normal ones, right?
I tell you.
Actually, that's a lie. Sorry, that's a lie. He is one of the limited ones. He's one of the limited ones. The Mauler is one of the limited ones. I don't know. Someone Google for us what the recent sales, please. So sales on eBay are for a Mauler and an Atom Eve. Drop it in the chat and we'll see if I've got any hope at all of even getting £5-10 back. If not, this segment's going to end very rapidly. Anyway.
And I'd just like to reiterate, if anybody wants to buy this for me, what do you think a reasonable price would be?
£6.
£6. I mean, come on, guys.
It is nice. I have to say, it's a nice quality card. It is a nice quality card.
Lovely.
Yeah. Stephen Butler is saying, sorry I missed it. Who done the sketch on the card and is it signed? It's not signed, Stephen. And Andy's just quickly squiggled it up. Actually, it's a photocopy. I wouldn't buy it. It's shit.
Wow.
What you want, Stephen, what you want is a Mauler. That's what you want, mate. You know, a very reasonable deal on a Mauler. Just saying.
Is your Mauler signed?
Can be.
No, that costs extra. An autograph costs extra. It's by an artist called Cisco, and yes, it's signed just up at the top by the artist.
James is saying the whole range sold for £23. Don't believe that, James, because Battle Beast is around about 30 minimum.
Do not question James T. Keegan.
Oh, sorry, he'll be messaging us enough. Mauler's about £5.45. So yeah, I made about 40 pence. I'll give you a tenner for it, Andy, for the charity. Don't send it. No, don't do that.
Thank you.
£5.43, cheapest Mauler, plus £2 postage. Yeah, okay. This is going to be a struggle, innit? It's going to be a struggle. We'll see how it goes for the next show, and we might have to up the ante a little bit, eh?
But I think it's definitely going to be easier for us if we try and sell it within the little community that we have, as opposed to doing it on eBay, because it's either not going to sell or somebody's going to complain about it. Yeah. But yeah, just let us know if you're interested. It's all for a good cause at the end of the day. It's just a bit of fun.
James says, I don't care what you believe. Very aggressive tonight, Mr. Keegan, isn't he? Very aggressive. It's a shame.
Needs a hug. I'll give you a hug next week, James. Yeah. I'll give you a hug next week.
Ah, you see. Eve, £9.45 plus postage. Last sold. Interesting. See? Not bad. Right. Let me know in the chat if you guys are playing along as well. We are interested if you guys are managing to Cisco. See the guy that sang the thong song. Thong. Yeah. Should have got Transformers blockies I've made on all my duplicates. Yeah, they're nice as well. You've got some of them, Andy, haven't you?
I've got a couple, yeah.
I've got 4 of those I haven't opened yet. I got them from Game and the sale section thing.
You got them from a discount as well. You could have lied and said...
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I was just opening them to show them off. That's not part of this segment. That was just for shits and giggles. Yeah.
You get a little blokey Transformers figure for free.
Yeah.
I was going to play that game as well. I was like, oh yeah, this is like 15 quid and you can get this for free, but that would be cheating, obviously.
I mean, you've started doing sketch cards and things like that. That would be in the realms of the game, for you to, if you've got a talent and you're not paying for it, to try and sell them.
First and foremost, I don't have a talent, and number 2, nobody's going to pay any money for any of my sketch cards. Don't you?
Wayne, my game is shit. It has one stand full of crap. Oh, your game stole. Yeah. The random one. You're a bit random. Anyway, shall we move on? I feel we're getting a bit of aggression out there, so shall we just dial things down by fighting with each other about teams again?
Please, yeah, absolutely. I'm ready.
Terry sent £10 super sticker.
Oh,
thank you very much, Terry. What was that for, mate? Was that for the... Have you bought Andy's card?
No, because we're delicious, Peter. That's why.
I'll give you a tenner for it, Andy, for the charity. Don't send it.
So he's just donating £10.
Hang on a minute. Why are people just giving Andy random money for this? Yes. No, that's not on.
I didn't even have to jiggle for it.
How about, guys, you can pay us not to truffle shuffle. If you don't pay us at the end of the show, I'm going to whip my top off and I'm going to do the truffle shuffle. I'm joking, I'm not, obviously. Okay, let's move on. That's very kind of you, Terry. Do appreciate that, bud.
Thank you, mate.
Okay, Andy, this is the part of the show where we've each picked a team, starting with a letter. Our letter was T for this week. And I see you're getting your homework up, you're getting your character descriptions.
I'm getting my notes, up.
Yeah.
Because there's one that I didn't have any clue about. And
you've picked one that I'm not familiar with. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a team of 4 characters starting with the letter T. Let me know in the chat who your team would be formed by. But Andy, your team, beginning with T, is thus.
Did you notice that I'd made a little change from the original one that I'd sent you a note of?
Yeah, but I couldn't remember who you've replaced Black Panther with.
It was that unimportant. I don't even remember either, to be fair. But I'd just like to say last week, how can I put it? I ballsed it up last week. What powers has Andy made? Well, you know what? I have to read it off this of these notes, so I could, but actually somebody fact check me for most of these. The first, does anybody know the name of the first character? Stick it in the chat.
I want to say
I wasn't aware of it.
Is it Tachyon?
Tachyon, yeah. Tachyon, and this is a character that I knew nothing about, and apparently this character is attuned to the source which is the origin of all power in the DC universe. Apparently, James Gunn has spoke about it as well. So some of the comics that the first issues and stuff like that for this character have risen a little bit. So Darkseid would be a character that can sort of tune into the source, but this particular character is he's like the living avatar of it. Okay. So his perception of time, space, and energy makes him sort of one of the biggest and most powerful source manipulators in the DC universe. When I was doing a little bit of digging on it, 1996 there was a 7-issue run for Tachyon, and it sort of gives you his backstory, and then he was quite prevalent in New Gods in the 1995 run. So if anybody is interested in finding out a little bit more about Tachyon, then that is your opportunity. You've got that look in your face, Peter, as if you're just waiting.
I'm reading the chat. So first of all, I do recognise this character. I can't say I've read much about him, but I recognise him from some of the big DC crossover events in the New Gods, obviously. But it's not a character I've read much of at all. ABZ, our characters beginning with the allowed.
Yeah. No.
Starting strong with a character you don't know what the fucking source of all of his powers are. Okay, Tachyon's an interesting one. Not heard of or not really seen much of him. Good. Then who've you got?
Next one up is obviously Thanos. So everybody knows who Thanos is. Probably one of the most powerful characters in the universe. He effectively erased everybody and then restored them again. Wow. His control abilities are fantastic, and I think he'll play an important role in the movies and stuff like that, going forward, hopefully.
So I'm presuming you're going Thanos when he's got the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes,
because he doesn't always have the Infinity Gauntlet, does he? He's just a man.
Does he have the Infinity Gauntlet in my picture? Yes, he does. He does. Stop challenging me, James T. Keegan. Stop it.
I think Thanos is a cracking character, and I've read a lot of his appearances. Obviously, everybody's familiar with the Infinity Gauntlet, and he's linked to that. But actually, some great Thanos books. There's an excellent one. I wish I could remember what it was called. I can't remember what the actual title of the book is. Someone let us know in the chat if you know it. But it's basically about his grown up, his upbringing, and it kind of takes you through him being a kid and his schoolyard friends and things like that, and then it gets to the point where he's just a young lad, but he's obviously going crackers, and he finds an alien crashed on his planet, and he captures him and dissects him and stuff, and it's just a really, really cool story. It's well worth the read. Cool. We've got Efren in the chat. Nice to see you, Efren. Hope you're doing well, bud.
Is that an okay start for me, Peter?
That's good. Who's got next?
Well, I had to include this guy because he's one of your favorites. So obviously went with Thor, just because of his power wielding the Mjolnir. Everybody knows who Thor is. He's a well-loved character. I'm surprised you didn't choose him, Peter, or did you?
I did.
Oh, did you? Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So we both. All right. As a duplicate, so you're copying me again. Cool.
You've gone for standard Thor, haven't you? You've gone for standard.
Oh God, here we go. He's going to flex his Thor knowledge now, isn't he? Yeah, put your Thor muscles away there, mate. So my last pick was the one that I changed, and I went for T'Challa. Personally, he's my favorite Marvel character. I absolutely love it. I loved the movie. I thought it was great. I know a lot of people didn't really enjoy it that much, but specifically the first movie I really enjoyed. And for me, he's the sort of character that kind of is underappreciated a lot, I think. He's got his physical powers, he's got his mental and technological. And then it's just that sort of way that he's able to talk himself out of things. He's got that sort of political side to him as well that we've obviously seen in the movies and we've seen in some of the comics. So I thought he would be the sort of almost the brains of my team and would just hold everybody together. So this is my team starting with T.
Nice. Very cool. So my team, I've gone for some slightly different ones. So I've gone for Thor. So that is Thor, but I've gone for Rune King Thor. So your version of Thor is your standard Thor, which is incredibly powerful as he is. Rune King Thor is basically in the future where he gets the Odin Force, so the power of Odin as well as the power of Thor, and then he plucks his own eyeballs out and sticks runes in them, so he becomes a rune master as well, and that gives him additional powers and abilities to warp reality, bend time, telepathy, telekinesis, all those kind of things. So he's basically an amped up Thor. But we could add any version of Thor. There's tons of different versions of Thor. There's a version where he's the Herald of Galactus. There's Old King Thor, all kinds of stuff. So a really interesting character.
Does Rune King Thor not start with an R?
No, because Rune King's a kind of a title. Same as we always let you have Hulk for H and not the Incredible.
You've also allowed me to have Black Panther to challenge. I can't really say much, can I? Okay.
Next, we've got an interesting character. This is Thunderbolt. Now, I'm going to give you, that's his title. It's not his real name, but he is called the Thunderbolt. You familiar with this character?
Hold on. Say that again. The Thunderbolt?
No, he's called, well, the starts with a T as well. So the and
yeah, but we
works.
said we weren't going to include the.
Okay, we'll not call
Are
it.
you suddenly changing the rules now, Peter? I know it's just called, and it's your channel. I mean, come on.
He's just called Thunderbolt, right? Just called Thunderbolt. So, are you familiar with this character?
The Thunderbolt? No, I'm familiar with the Thunderbolt, but not Thunderbolt.
Shit. So, Thunderbolt's a Justice Society character, and basically, have you heard of Mr. and Mrs. Sickleplix, Superman villain?
Yes.
Yeah, he's basically one of them. He's a genie from the 9th dimension or something. So yeah, you're gonna rub me right way. You're gonna do it the right way. You're gonna do it. Anyway, so yeah, he's got basically infinite powers. His weaknesses are he can only do what someone tells him to do. So you need someone to kind of be wielding them. So that's what Thor would be doing. Thor would be his kind of his master, as it were. We've then got Teth Adam, so Black Adam. An interesting character. His name's Teth Adam. What are you? You've gone for T'Challa. Are you going to tell us that's different?
Oh, say T'Challa again. That was cool.
T'Challa.
You said that with pure vibranium there. That was amazing.
So we've got Teth Adam. Now, most people know Shazam's kind of powers. I'm just scrolling because I get it. So Teth has got. He still says Shazam the same way as Shazam. He's got. He's got the stamina of Shu, the speed of Horus, the strength of Ammon, the wisdom of Zahuti, the power of Aten, and the courage of Mehen. So he's an overall powerhouse. And he's got a big shiny lightning bolt on his chestage, so you can't go wrong with that.
His chestage.
Chestage.
Right.
And then you've got one of my all-time favourite characters. I mean, it doesn't really matter what his superpowers are. He's invulnerable, super strong, all that kind of shit. But it's the Tick. I haven't got a first appearance of the Tick. That's a book that's on my list. We've had 2 live TV shows from the Tick. We've had a cartoon series, and I would recommend the cartoon series to anybody. It's one of the best cartoons I've ever watched. Are you familiar with the character of the Tick, Andy?
Do you know it was Ed Vick is a fan of the Tick? So I know whenever I pick up any comics of the Tick, I send them on to him because I know how much he enjoys them. I don't really know much about him, but as soon as I seen this on your slide, I was like, that might be the game changer. That might just send ChatGPT over the edge. He's
just a great fun character. To be fair, the vast majority of my knowledge of him is based on the cartoon and the 2 TV shows. Because I've read some of his comics, but not a lot. And he's just, him and his supporting cast are just superb. Great book. So I reckon, you know what? I know this is a competition, but 2 very strong teams there, Andy. I think you've picked some cracking characters. I've picked some even better cracking characters.
Absolutely. We'll let ChatGPT make that decision as we did last week. I
love your reliance on ChatGPT. Make sure you put Rune King Thor in for me, but please, all right?
Absolutely. And then ChatGPT say, excuse me, Andy, that doesn't start with a T, but I'm not going to argue with ChatGPT.
I mean, in terms of the most powerful, I think would be hard-pressed to beat Thanos on the Infinity Gauntlet, mind. I think that's a game changer, isn't it?
I think Tachyon is probably the game changer for me, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think it's a super strong team and just sort of brought together. But I'm interested to see what the chat, what teams they've come up with T.
Let us consult now to the chat. going to have to go right the way back. We've got loads of comments. Look, we love the interaction, ladies and gents, so please do keep it up. It's great fun. Yeah. Samurai, Thundercracker, Thrust. Don't know who Thrust is, but I just like the sound of it. Thunderwing and Trigger Happy T1000. So when I started pulling this together, Samurai, I did go for a bit of a silly team to start with, and I thought, no, Andy's a serious chap. Because I had Mr. T, and I had the T1000, I had a Terminator on there, and then I had one of the biggest supervillains out there, but I'm not going to say his name.
That team sounds like a Saturday night out in Glasgow for me.
It does, yeah. I did consider Thunderstrike, Fuzzy. I really did. One of my favourite all-time characters. Yeah, very, very cool. No, mate, it's not Logan's Run for the Thanos book. I wish I could remember what it was called. I can't remember. Edvic, The Tick, Pete wins. Fuzzy or not. Love The Tick. It's a double T too. Absolutely. See,
extra points.
Extra points for that. I see your bog standard thought and raise you. See you. Spoon. That's what the Tick shouts when he goes into battle. That's his battle cry.
I thought that's what we shouted at Thought Bubble whenever we walked into Spoons.
Spoons. The Tick is like an insect. So, yeah, he's incredibly powerful, actually. He's very, very powerful. The Tick cartoon is GOAT level. It absolutely is. It's a superb cartoon. I exported 3 of the Tick from New England, where they came from in the 80s. There was only 3 comics I've ever sent away from overseas. Yeah, hard to get a hold of these days, because he was his first appearance is in, like, I don't want to say a fanzine, but it was like a convention magazine called the New England Patriot or something like that, I think it's called. Okay. So it's like a fanzine thing. So it's really, really hard.
And you don't have the first issue of
it's hard.
You'll have it by Monday, I'm sure.
Yeah. The more I'm talking about, that's it, Sean. Thanos Rising.
Thanos Rising, yes, I know.
Very good book. Very good. Thunderbolt's real name is YZ. Yep, that's correct. You're right, Terry. T1000 can reprogram the Decepticons. Very cool. New England Comics Newsletter 14. That's the one, Ed. You got a copy of that, Ed?
I think he does. I'm almost sure he must.
It's hard to get a hold of in a decent condition. Yeah, it's nice. Very nice. So that's what teams, guys. Andy will consult good old ChatGPT, GPT, BDT, whatever, and find out who.
You're really struggling with, talking
language in general. It's older I get, the more I'm just gonna end up mumbling by. And we'll see what ChatGPT makes of our teams.
Yes.
Okay. Next, we've got the Rusty Staples pull list. So each fortnight, we review a current book. Last time we reviewed Beneath the Trees, which was a cracker, and we kept it on the list. This week, we're going to be talking about Exquisite Corpses numero 3. Fuzzy's just saying, Taskmaster's a good one.
Good show.
Yeah. Titania. Tombstone. Oh, yeah, Tombstone from Spider-Man. Yeah. And Toxin. Very cool.
Is everybody getting an extra character here?
They're allowed. They're in the chat.
Sorry.
They're in
the
chat.
chat.
Yeah. Taskmaster's an interesting one. I like him as a character. Very cool. Very cool. So, Exquisite Corpses issue number 3. Andy, you did the slides, didn't you?
I did. What have I done? Oh, I see what I've done. I didn't put the page in.
I'm disappointed, but I'm going to let it pass. I'll let it pass. All right.
There's no more person disappointed in me than me.
So we've got Exquisite Corpses number 3 by James Tynion. I've read all 3 issues of this, as has Andy. This issue, Andy. So there's a danger, I think, sometimes with James Tynion's work that he starts off very strong, and then he does kind of falter at times. Are you feeling a falter yet in this book?
Am I feeling a falter? It's an enjoyable read, but I find that a little bit predictable at times. Like, it's almost like I've seen it before in some of the stuff. But I because it's James Tynion, I'm waiting for that hurrah moment where it kind of all comes together and just takes a huge turn. I am enjoying it. The question I kept asking myself after I read issue number 3 was, would it be on my pull list? And I'll wait to the end, obviously, so we can decide that.
I guess I asked that question because I've definitely felt that with some of Tinian's books. I felt that a little bit with The Descent, but I think that was because of the delays. Definitely felt it with Nice House by the Lake. And what was the one where it was, I mean, it was a weird story, 3 issues. The Closet, I think it was.
The Closet, yeah.
I guess for me, I'm absolutely not feeling that with this book because it feels like I feel like I'm watching an action adventure movie. Do you know what I mean? It feels like this. I've said it before. It feels like this was made for TV or for the movies. I'm loving the characters. This issue in particular, I absolutely loved because it's got the central character is a nurse. So obviously people that watch know I'm a nurse. And I loved that story, that narrative. I thought it was gruesome as out. The bit where he's squirting acid and things, that was really graphic.
The panel where he was in the with the baby ward, and I was like, whoa! It didn't show you anything, but it was one of those pages where your brain sort of thought worse than what could potentially happen. Yeah,
absolutely. I think the artwork's working really well for the book. I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. I just hope. I don't know how many issues this is. I just hope it maintains quality.
Yeah. I actually took a cut and paste of the list of the different characters and where they were from and stuff like that, just to see what it was. So I think there's like 6, 9, I think it's a 12 issue run. If somebody in chat wants to fact check me there, I think for me, the first 3 issues have been sort of well-rounded issues, and they've all sort of connected to each other, so the story sort of flowed. I know I used to say this a lot in the Killer Comic Show, but it's almost like it needs to be a trade paperback so you can sit and consume this all at the one time, because that sort of stop-start, it's like you're getting introduced to each of the characters. I think the character development's fantastic as well, and just it's almost like it's made for TV, but it's also made for merchandise. You want an action figure of all these guys. They've obviously got the trading cards, which is a collectible element to play a game. So yeah, James Tynion definitely knows what he's doing. So he does.
I mean, I guess the only downside for me, and it's a real small niggle, but because you need it to keep the series going. But we've been introduced to all of these characters, like I say, like the nurse, and there's a couple of characters. There's a guy last issue who collects people's skin and things like that.
Yeah.
We're introduced to all these characters, and I'm loving them all. And I'm thinking, oh, these are really cool characters. And then a lot of them are dying each issue, as they've got to do, because that's the nature of the game.
Yeah.
But kind of part of us thinks, oh, I would have loved to have spent more time with this character or learned more about them,
But you're going to get one-shot spin-offs for each of the characters.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah, and I would say probably whatever the biggest reception positivity comes from the issues, they'll probably look at that character. You've obviously got an affinity with the character for this week, is that they might just bring their own like maybe mini 3 or 4 issue arc for each of them. So yeah, I think this has got legs, definitely.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, there's lots of different covers for these. Obviously, you can see some of them on screen there now. There are a whole host of ones where they come polybagged, and within the polybags, there's a trading card. Each issue's got each issue of the book has got a different trading card, and they build up. And at the end of it, there's going to be a card game you can play. So yeah, I am really enjoying the series. I think this is a one that I am picking up monthly. But that's because the collector in us wants the trading cards.
Yeah. It's a completion, isn't it? It's like you want the trading cards, yeah.
So quite a clever tactic, really, because they're bound to release this later on in terms of the cards. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're going to sell the games, I would imagine. So I am collecting it for that reason. But when this is finished, if it keeps this pace, I'll definitely be buying it as a trade paperback, I think, or a nice hardcover or something.
Yeah, I think that there's a real opportunity for a nice sort of hardback edition of this, especially if they've done maybe like a trading card binder element to it as well.
Yeah.
So you could stick the cards in the back and stuff like that and keep it all together. I guess obviously you are got this in your own pool list, but do you think this is one that we should keep on the Rusty Staples pool list?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I would. How about you?
I'm the same. I can't see me not picking this up just because of the buzz about it. It seems there's a huge buzz about it, and I'm just intrigued to see what the different characters are like. But I'm just waiting for that moment where something really cool happens, and it sort of brings it all together. But it seems to be building up slowly. Like there's an introduction of different characters and stuff. So yeah, this is on my pool list, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, that's another one added to the pull list. Good stuff, good stuff. Sean is saying, if there was ever a show that's pure anarchy, this is it.
You're
Controlled
welcome.
anarchy. Controlled anarchy. This is a prime example of a comic that's been written to be optioned for TV. Absolutely fuzzy. You can feel it, can't you, when you're watching it. Pete the Nurse has some real issues in this. He certainly does. Terry's confirming it's 13 issues
13,
long.
okay.
And you'll get the trade. Missed the beginning issues. The biggest issue is I'm buying 3 variants each month. Yeah, it soon adds up, doesn't it? It does add up. With Andy on this one, I'm thinking it would be better as a trade. I'd forgotten what happened in the last one. Maybe just may just be the age, to be fair. Yeah, I think like most of these books, it'll be nice to read as a trade paperback, because I think we've talked before, haven't we? I get a bit not bored, but I lose track of a monthly book sometimes.
It's definitely challenging, yeah, to keep on top of them.
And I quite often find that we've talked about books that I really like, and then all of a sudden I'll realise I've not seen it for the last 3 or 4 issues, because I don't necessarily have a pull list. I go in the comic shop and what's on the shelf I buy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Fuzzy mentioned Alcatraz the other day on one of the shows, and it clicked. I haven't read the last couple of issues of that. I read issue 1 and 2, definitely, but
I definitely read issue 1 and 2. I've not read any. What issue are we up to, Fuzzy, on that? It must be.
I'm sure he said it was the last issue this week.
Right,
So
okay.
that'll be
Maybe
4 or
one I'll
5,
pick up as a
you know?
trade then, in that case.
Fuzzy's just saying here, interested what you think of Big Red from Post Malone. Well, Fuzzy, I've got about, 8 different variant covers for that, but I've not read any of them yet. So, Andy, why don't we agree to read that on top of whatever we read next week? We could read
Sounds good.
2
Yeah.
books.
When did that come out? Was that out this week or was it last week?
Last week.
Okay, because again, that's another book, obviously, because of Post Malone. There's been a huge amount of buzz about it, but I just didn't know if it was actually any good.
Yeah. So I've heard mixed things. Sorrel's confirming there, boring as hell.
Right.
But there's a lot of buzz about it, isn't there, because of it being Post Malone. So I want to read it. So if you want to read it as well, Andy, we can chat about it on the show.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Issue 5 this week, Terry thinks, for the Alcatraz. Good stuff. So, Andy, you had a question for the chat?
Indeed, I did. This absolutely confused you to hell. I sent this question to Peter, but with no context, and he was and I could tell that he was knee deep in work and really busy and couldn't be chewed. And the reaction I got was just like, "What the fuck are you sent me this for?
What's this talking about? What are you on about?
What are you talking about?" I get that a lot, to be honest with you. So obviously, the main element of Exquisite Corpses is that the assassin has like this really cool name, and it's from a state. So you've got like the lone gunman from Massachusetts, and they have a specific weapon for him. It's the gun. I think we had like Pretty Boy from Georgia, who uses the axe, and Nuss Pete from Virginia, who obviously uses poison as their weapon. Question for Peter and also for the chat. Let me know what your assassin name would be. Put in what city you're from if you wish to, and what your weapon of choice would be. So that's my question for yourself, Peter, in the chat.
Well, Nurse Pete has already been in there, hasn't he?
And he was modelled on you, to be fair. Like,
he was. He wasn't as good looking, but
naturally.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer for this because I haven't even thought about it. I'm just hoping that the chat will come up with some funny ones.
Probably go Ginger Ninja for me, because I am very stealthy, very light on my feet, able to kind of traverse rooftops and things like that. Ginger Geordie Ninja, obviously, so from Newcastle. Yeah. And my weapon of choice would probably be my impressive chestage, and I would smother people to death.
Like a bosom hug?
A bosom hug, yeah. Over the face, drown them in ginger chest hair and sweat.
I feel a wee bit sick now, to be honest with you. I suddenly want to go back to the favourite crisp chat, because this seems a bad idea.
Sean. That doesn't sound like a killer name. The Belfast Basher. That sounds like
that's just the name that me and James
in your private time.
Yeah,
when you're in your room by yourself. Yeah, the Belfast Basher. Anyway, what about you, Andy?
I would go for obviously the Oracle, because that's what I am, and Glasgow. And my weapon of choice would be an out of date haggis.
Oh, I mean, even an in-date haggis would be rank. Do you know what I mean? I mean, no one wants to eat that crap.
I'm going to chat GPT each of our characters. Actually, speaking of chat GPT, Chris was good enough to make myself and Peter into a garbage pail kid trading card.
Who's Chris? Who's Chris?
Oh, Veronica. I mean, mother, she didn't write. Whatever.
Okay.
And did we put these? No, I didn't put them in the slide. You didn't put them in the slide. So we'll stick those up if it's all right with Chris, Veronica, Mother She Wrote in our socials because they were absolutely superb. You can commission them for a ChatGPT card if you wish.
Good stuff. Okay. ABZ, my Quake World name was Cruelness, so sticking with that and a good old railgun. Nice. Belfast Basher, mallet as the weapon.
What, Timmy Mallet?
Timmy. Hey, I met Timmy Mallet. My mother nipped Timmy Mallet's bum. Samurai, Texas Smash. Texas Smash, nice.
Is that his favourite flavour of crisps? Or wait?
I'll be Phil Cress, obviously. Long John, I'll use my spare prosthetic leg as a clip. Oh, God.
He's not joking.
He's not joking either. Whip it, weapon, whip. Nice. I like that. The whip it. See, that one makes sense. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, he's thought about that.
Sean is still filth. The tiny thrasher. That's what your wife calls you. Whip is a weapon. Any better? Yes, not bad, mate. Not bad. Terry is going for head smasher with a large meat mincer.
Oh, nice. A lot of alliteration. Nice. I love it.
Yeah. Fuzzy, where's yours, mate? Has Fuzzy of the Dunlop escaped? Has he left with? What would yours be, Fuzzy? Let one know, mate. Let one know. Okay. Interesting stuff, guys. Thank you. Keep them coming in the chat and we'll keep jumping back to them. Moving on. We've got the Rusty spec deck. There's no real big films coming out or spec at the moment. Sentence I didn't expect to hear today. My mum nipped Timmy Mallet's bum. You see, you're getting all the good stuff. Fuzzy's saying it's there.
Oh, are you ignoring him, or has it been blocked?
I think it's been blocked, Fuzzy. I can't see it, mate. Can you see it?
No, I can't see it. No, it's been.
Oh, that's interesting. It must be blocking some. It must be blocking some messages for some reason.
Yeah, I definitely don't see it.
Yeah. That's interesting. So Rusty Spec Deck. We've got no big films coming out for a while, but there's a lot of noise and a lot of excitement about the Masters of the Universe film. I'm hyper about that. So I am keen to talk a little bit about He-Man comics. We've got Chris Bell in the chat. Nice to see you, Chris. Hope you're well, Fred. Hope you're well. Phil can see it. Terry can't see it. Fuzzy, you must be just for selected audiences only. That is interesting.
He's now all the people that's blocked him in real life.
Yeah. Are you excited about this film, Andy? Are you interested in this?
Yes, I'm very much interested in it. I just hope that it's done well because there is a real risk of it being really cheesy if it's not done well. Like we've had before. But yeah, I think if they get the characters right, like it's almost like you'd love to see a bit of a James Gunn feel to this. So it's got a little bit of a comedy element to it, but it's got all the action. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm a big He-Man fan, so wow. So
is it? I'm
putting it on. I've got a new killer name: Cock a Hoop Weapon. Cockring. Nice. Thanks. So yeah, I'm really excited about this film. I think this is going to be really good fun. There's a lot of comics associated with He-Man. I thought I'd just mention a few of them. First off, this first one, He-Man and the Power Sword. Are you familiar with this one, Andy?
When I seen this slide, I recognised a couple of them, but this one, no, I didn't have a clue.
So this is the first mini comic that came with the action figures. So technically this is the first time He-Man, Skeletor, Beastman, Man-at-Arms and a few others are kind of in print as a comic book. So these are the little mini comics that came with the action figures. These are really hard to get in good condition because of, obviously, they're in toys and people didn't think to collect them back then.
Yeah.
You can get them relatively reasonable price depending on the quality of them. You can get them from up to about from like 20 quid up to 100 quid for kind of medium quality. When you start hitting the big numbers, so these can be graded, by the way, you can grade these. When you start hitting the big numbers like 9.6s and things like that, you're starting to talk a couple of 100 quid. 9.8 sold a little while ago for over £1,000. So they are hard to get a hold of. Now, I've not got one of these. I've got a lot of the mini comics. I've been collecting them over the years. I'm on the hunt for one of those. You quite often see the French versions or the German versions for a bit cheaper. And there's a couple on good old eBay at the moment around the 8.0 CGC mark. So I may pick one of those up because I think holding off for a higher grade, I'm never going to get one, you know.
It'd be a great comic to get signed, you know, by maybe the actors in the movie and stuff like that.
So, yeah, slightly sad. So I've got, I mentioned it on the show the other day, a good friend of mine over in the States, Jason, the patron of Comic Arts, his local comic shop was doing a Thundercat signing. So
I've seen that.
The actor that did the voices for Lion-O, one that did the voice for Tigra and Chitara, were all there. So got them signed by them. I then thought, well, I want Panthro as well because he's on the cover I've got, and did a bit of Google and found out he's passed away, which is really, really sad. But that got us thinking. I don't have anything signed He-Man in my collection, and I like to have a lot of this stuff referenced. But I hadn't appreciated the guy who voiced He-Man passed away a couple of years ago. So we're not going to be able to get... Alan Oppenheim, I think he's called, who plays Skeletor's still around. So you can get him signed on a lot of stuff. I haven't got a Dolph Lundgren either, so I might look for one of those. Anyway, that's
You'll have them by Monday, Peter. Just add them to the list.
Monday. So that's the Masters of the Universe mini comic. I am on the hunt for one of them. I think they're lovely little books to have. And if you do like your Masters of the Universe stuff, I've gone back and done this as well. I've collected a lot of the mini comics, but I can't remember who published it. I think it might have been Dynamite. Put out a book a few years ago, a nice big thick hardcover book, which collects all of the mini comics from every toy series up to the date of published, in a much higher, a bigger format. So that's really nice if you just want to read the stories, you know.
Mask had a lot of those little mini comics. Is in the same vein.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the first real appearance of He-Man in an American comic book. I haven't put on the slide. Sorry, there's tons of first appearance He-Man books in UK standard comic books, which are really nice to get a hold of as well. But in the American comic book format, we've of course got DC Comics Presents 47, the first appearance of He-Man crossover with Superman, a horrendous yellow cover, so very, very hard to get a hold of in a nice grade. A beautiful book to get. And if you can get it, like I say, really hard because of that yellow cover, but if you can get it in a decent grade, it's again worth a nice little bit of money. We were very, very kindly donated one of these books. Remember, a CGC book by one of our pals in the chat, and we auctioned it off at our charity auction and got a good bit of money for it as well. So that was much appreciated. So yeah, lovely book to have. I've got a copy of that, but it's a lower grade. I think it's an 8.0, so I am on the lookout for a higher grade for that. Is that one you've got, Andy? Because I know you do.
I used to have it. I did used to have it, and it's one of the very few books that I got rid of that I regret getting rid of, especially now, obviously, with the price going through the roof. But it's definitely one that's on my list. I'd love to have that. It just hits that nostalgia, you know, all those sort of old cartoons that we all used to love and watch when we come back from school. So yeah, I definitely need to pick it up.
Yeah, nice book to get. And then we've got this Wonder Woman book, Wonder Woman 297, which is an interesting one. So this is a series of, I think there was about 8 or 9 of them, but there was 5 in particular that were really, really important to try and get. Andy, any idea why these are important in relation to He-Man?
I very much do. This is the 16-page promotional insert that this had. Well, actually, when I seen this, I knew it straight away because I always try and pick up loads of copies. But a lot of people allude to this being a rare. The promotional has been rare. They do it with the Sonic one. Believe me, it's not. I haven't yet put up a post on my Instagram, but I'll put up a list of all the comics you can get. You can get them for a few quid, so don't be overpaying for this book.
But they are a really nice pull-out to have. So I've got 2 copies, I think, both of which I got from yourself. I've got one graded, I believe, and then I've got one of the loose copies. Lovely little bit of nostalgia to have, and like
Yeah.
you say, they did it for a lot of the vintage stuff that we both love. So you've got a Mask one, you've got a Sonic one. So yeah, they are nice if you can get them. And as Andy says, there's a list of these books that had this insert. If you can get the book for cheap, get the book and just pull the insert out. Because it's the insert
that's what I
itself.
do. It's dead easy to do. So yeah, absolutely, I'll do that.
Lovely books to have. We've then got the first kind of limited series, 3-issue limited series from DC Comics of Masters of the Universe. This came out, just checking my notes, in 82. First real kind of series. And again, it's classic cover. Absolutely love that.
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah. We then move over to Marvel. So so He-Man jumped over companies a few times, went over to Marvel under the Star imprint. That's the first issue of their series, and they're ongoing with that. Again, interesting cover. And then we'll jump over onto the Masters of the Universe movie. Interesting film. So this is a retelling of the motion picture. Interesting one to get signed by good old Dolph Lundgren if you get the opportunity. None of these books, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, these bottom three that I've just mentioned are particularly big money, so you can get them for decent prices. But with the movie coming out, if it hits big, which I hope it does, if it hits big, you could see a bit of an increase in these. Yep. The last one we've got there is a really interesting one. This is He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, issue number, I think it's 18, isn't it? Let's have a look here. Issue number 18. So this came out in 2014, but it's listed as the first official American appearance of She-Ra, which blows my mind because She-Ra's been around for just as long as He-Man, really.
Yeah.
So it's very surprising to me that it's taken her this long to have a proper official, American comic book appearance. Lovely book to get. I've got a copy of this in 9.6, I think it is. I had another copy, which was a beautiful copy, and sent it off to be pressed, and they came back and said, you do realise that this has got a split about an inch long down the spine, which I didn't know.
Oh, nightmare.
So I've got a feeling I've put that, I think I might have given that away. It went in my giveaway box, and I think I've given that out now. Mm-hmm. But if you ever see this one, guys, it was really limited print run. So if you ever get the opportunity to pick this up for a decent price, and by decent price, I mean I would pay if it's a good condition book, non-CGC'd, you probably want to be paying between, I think, about 50 and 80 quid for this one. Hard to get a hold of, but I'm always on the lookout for that book. I think it's a beautiful cover as well.
Yeah, it is. It's lovely. Who's it? Do you know who's the artist in that?
I'm not all of them are. I can't remember the artist, but all of the a good run of the Masters of the Universe books from DC had stunning what looked like painted artwork.
Yeah, that's the vibe, isn't it? Yeah.
There's a really nice Orko cover as well, which is quite hard to get a hold of, which is beautiful. So yeah. Few Masters of the Universe books for you. I would also recommend, I haven't done a slide in it, but I would always recommend you pick up the UK copies as well. Some of the early appearances of He-Man and She-Ra in the UK format books are lovely to get a hold of. Yeah, and the sticker album.
I've got the sticker album. I've got the French sticker album. Strangely enough, I think I sent you a picture of it.
Yeah.
As well.
So again, this is another thing where I might have it by Monday. I've got the Panini sticker album. In fact, I've got two copies. I've got a complete copy, and then I've got a copy that came free with a comic book, an English comic book, and you get a packet of stickers with it as well. So that's quite nice. But I just recently discovered, and I hadn't realised this, there's also a Panini sticker album for the movie, Masters of the Universe movie.
Oh, okay.
Which I haven't got. And if you want a complete
that list is
one,
just...
Yeah, I know. If you want a completed one, it's like 250 quid. And like a lot of these sticker albums, it had a central poster that you put your shinies on. And it's very hard to find them intact because the kids took the poster off, stuck it on a wall or whatever. So I'm on the lookout for that one at the moment. Okay, just going to quickly jump to the chat before we move on. And where do I get to? See Naked Gun on Monday. I'm going tomorrow, Terry. Cannot wait. Who you're nothing but good stuff. Is that a film that's got you interested, Andy?
No.
How dare you? I mean, I wasn't excited, but I'm hearing nothing but good stuff. So
Am I right in saying Pamela Anderson's in it?
She is, yeah, Pamela. And I don't know how true it is, but all the press and all the news would have you believe that her and Liam Neeson are getting together on set and are now a couple, which is quite nice. Which is nice, because Liam Neeson's wife died a good few years ago, so it's nice that they might have found each other. Heard good things about Naked Gun. I'm tempted. Yeah, I'm good. Like I say, going to go on tomorrow and have a good look. Samurai, cool items. Yeah, some lovely stuff there. James T, there's a He-Man and Justice comic. Yeah, there is. The whole crossover event, really, really cool. Injustice is a phenomenal series. But
He-Man
yeah,
and Thundercats as well.
He-Man, Thundercats.
It's a great one.
Yeah. Some great books out there. I love that cover for 18. I must get it one day. Yeah, it's a beaut. It is a beaut, mate. Due to being able to get respite at the moment, I'm enjoying Monday's cheap trip to the cinema. Good for you, Terry. I hope you enjoy it, bud. I really do hope you enjoy it. ABZ, I have 2 copies of the DC Comics Presents 47 and the Wonder Woman 297. And I think I have the Masters of the Universe 18, but would have to check. Great books to have, ABZ. I mean, we talk spec on this show in terms of what might go up in value. But in reality, me and Andy, yes, we are interested in that, but we collect stuff because we love collecting stuff. So for me, I collect the He-Man books because I love He-Man. So it doesn't really matter if it's going to make big money, you know. So I would always recommend that first. If you're a He-Man fan, picking up that list of books is a nice little He-Man collection to have, you know.
I chat quite regularly to ABZ Comics, so I know the collection he has. It's absolutely phenomenal. But the fact he's got 2 copies of that DC Comic Presents 47 ABZ, I'll just slip into your DMs at some point just to see if you want to get rid of one of them.
I mean, Andy's appealing to you there, ABZ, but I would just say, if you're interested, I've got an atomy. Right? If you want to do a trade, mate, I'll do that for you because I am all heart.
What a guy.
That's Andy, that's the kind of guy I am. We've got James in the chat. Nice to see you, James. Hope you're doing well, bud. Fuzzy's confirming he got those inserts from Andy as well. Yeah, Andy's a nice guy. The one to get for She-Ra has to be the UK one, doesn't it? Yeah, so there's 2 that you can get Von Hoot. There's like the start of the first issue, and then there's a one called The Legend of She-Ra, The Secrets of She-Ra, I think, which is again a UK format comic. It's a really interesting cover because it just looks like a promotional book, really. But yeah, that's absolutely the one to try and get a hold of. I don't think I've got that one yet, but it's stunning, absolutely stunning. Can I read that, Terry?
Stepan Sejic.
Okay, very nice, very nice. ABZ, I have an IG post with the 2 copies if able to plug. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Plug away.
Plug away because you're going to have 1 copy soon, so let's go away. ABZ.
Good stuff. Okay, next we have got UK Comics and Collectibles Market Watch. Andy.
First of all, I didn't like the challenge segment. I didn't realise how challenging this segment would be to troll through eBay and try and pick things that I think, because what I like is going to be completely different to what everybody else likes. Yeah. However, our good friend Fuzzy gave us a little help this fortnight, so big up to Fuzzy. And I think Fuzzy, in fairness, he thought it was quite a difficult task as well. So I don't know how more often he'll be doing it. But any help is always appreciated. So first up, Fuzzy went for Supergirl Women of Tomorrow issue number 1, CGC graded 9.8. Obviously a near mint book for $154.99 that this went for. Now, question, is this book going for that amount of money because it's worth it? Or as soon as we saw that advertisement post the Superman movie, is this what the buzz is? Do you think Supergirl is the next big collection of books to pick up?
No. So I think there are a couple of things with this. I think this book in particular does well because it is genuinely, apparently, I've not read it yet, but it is genuinely a really, really good story. And I don't think it had a massive print run. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was particularly well kind of promoted at the time. So it's gathered steam over time because of that. But obviously the movie has just shot this through the roof. My fear with this is, I mean, by all means, if you want this for spec, go for it. I wouldn't at this point buy this book. I would wait for a while and then I would pick it up because you love the story. Because if anything the MCU's taught with, it's that this kind of movie spec doesn't really last. No. So if you look at Taskmaster appearances, that book went up and down. Same with Guardians, up and down. And some of them maintained for a little while, I guess, depending on the longevity of the character. But it is a bit of a risky move, I think.
Do you not think though, because like I really enjoyed the Superman movie, I must
Yeah,
admit.
me too. Me too.
I messaged Peter shortly after seeing it and saying, where did you get your hot toy? Where did you order it from? Because it was I enjoyed it that much. I loved the action, everything else. But if James Gunn can do that for Superman, and even turn a doubter like me of the character, what can he do with other characters? Like, I don't know who it is that's directing, like Lobo and things like that. I'm assuming he's going to be doing it, or he'll have a hand in it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Lobo is my favorite DC character. Like, if he can do that to that character, then the books will
Yeah.
go rocket. You know.
So
Yeah.
there's certainly an opportunity for a short-term game.
Yeah.
But I think long-term. I mean, this is the difficulty. I don't particularly like getting into the spec game because it's just fraught with danger. Do you know what I mean? You don't really know what is going to last. The only spec I would ever recommend really is what you would class as blue chip books.
Sure.
So, you know, your big major key appearances, your X-Men's, your Spider-Man's, because you know it's very unlikely, because they've stood the test of time, that they're going to dip and trough, you know. So
if a book ever, if you don't have a book and it's on the top 10 list, then it's too late to get that book. If you've got it beforehand, then it's just knowing when to sell it if you want to, obviously, make money on it, sort of thing.
Hi, James. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for me, after I've just said all of that, for me, this is probably a book I'm going to be trying to pick up, because I've heard nothing but good stuff about this story. In fact, I'm talking shite. Interesting to talk at some point about how different variant covers work with this, because I know I've got the sketch cover blank variant of this sat in me blanks box. Now I've not opened it up to see if it's the standard cover underneath. Do you know how some blanks
it has the cover or whatever.
So I don't know if it's got that or if it's literally just the blank cover, but I don't know what that works out in terms of value or anything like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. So the next books are the Golden Age trio of books. So this is Dark Mysteries number 7 from 1952 and a 1.5. It's T-Man 6 1952. This is one of the famous Hitler covers, and a 1.0. And Chamber of Chills issue number 16 from 1953 and a 1.5. I think the interesting thing about this, and the thing that Fuzzy particularly brought up, was, you know, $299.99 for those 3 books, which I feel is an absolute steal, first and foremost. But when you compare that price to like $154.99 for the Supergirl book, I just think it's, you know, what would you choose? I know what I would pick. I think the $299 for this book, for those 3 books, is an absolute steal.
No, I absolutely agree, Andy. And again, that's my personal preference, I guess, but I would go for those you know, pre-code horrors straight away, because the cover work is phenomenal.
That Dark Mysteries cover, just I don't know about anybody. There's something about yellow covers that I just absolutely love, especially those sort of as you say, pre-code books. Again, another yellow cover book there is Superman 41 from 1946. 24 bids in it, and it feels real like an absolute steal. £202 for that book.
I wish you hadn't shown us this.
1946, this book.
I know, I wish you hadn't. So I'm as you know, a Superman fan. I haven't got a kind of a really early pre-50s Superman book, so I've been very keen on trying to get one for a while, but they are pricey. Quite often the covers some of them aren't particularly nice, but that one's pretty cool. So
it's class, absolutely class. Yeah, I love that, and again, it was another great pick by Fuzzy. Moving a little bit into the modern, Invincible comics are the new Walking Dead comics, and I'm just wondering how long it will last. This is Invincible full run from Image of 1 to 144 plus extras. Now this went for a buy it now price, and it went for £4,174. And I don't know about anybody else, but is that a bargain? Am I missing something? That just seems a huge amount of money for the Invincible run.
No, it's a bargain.
Really?
So Invincible has gone nuclear. So and rightfully so, because it's an incredible series and it's got legs. But you've got to remember that this is a series that's finished. Yes, we've got Battle Beast back, but it's a bit like Walking Dead. They've done the story. So it depends how it goes on, you know. There are some major keys in the Invincible runs. Obviously, first Battle Beast, first Invincible, all that kind of stuff. Issue 1 is just gone insane. It's always been a pricey book because it's got an incredibly low print run, but the prices have gone insane with it. I had a copy. Well, I've still got a copy. I had a CGC'd copy, and when the cartoon first came out, actually I did a show with James Mack and the Dorkeries, I believe, and Jason Parker, where we were talking about books that we weren't sure if we should keep or let go.
Okay.
In an Invincible issue 1, CGC graded 9.6, signed by Robert Kirkman, was one of the books I was like, well, I don't know if I should keep this, sell it, whatever. And I sold it, and I've regretted it ever since. I've got a raw copy now, but it's a crap condition. Anyway, that book in a 9.8, probably well over $1,500 to get by yourself.
And that the issue number 1 is the one in the top left hand side of that picture that we're seeing there, isn't it? Yeah, because I did actually go in and sort of have a quick zoom just to see what the quality was. Now it wasn't in a 9.8 condition. I would say it was probably about mid grade, but. I must have missed the boat because I think I have one Invincible comic, issue 100, the sort of gold foil cover. I don't know if that's worth money or not.
The cartoon series has helped get interest in it.
Of course,
I'm 100% sure that in the next 5 years or so we'll get an Invincible live action movie, and that's got, because it's a complete story, that's got the opportunity to go movie after movie after movie. It's just a great story. So for a modern book, it is a one to get if you see the books for decent prices. Just be wary though, if you are in the market for an Invincible 1, there's loads of different, a couple of different variants of issue number 1 now, and it's quite easy to get confused. So the reprinted issue 1 is almost identical to issue 1, just the price is different on it. So it's easy to mix up with that. There's also I want to say Larry's Comic Shop version, which has got Larry's Comic Shop on the front, and that goes for around about £300, I think, these days. Right. So yeah, if you can get a good copy of it, well, any copy of it actually, jump at it because it's a decent book.
Okay.
Just jump to the chat, Andy, just before we move on.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Budgie for the pre-order that. Yeah, I think that's a great price for the pre-code horror. Excellent story. Highly recommend getting the trade. That's Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. James is saying, I'm trying to get the trade paperback. I got mine off eBay, James. It's being delivered in the next week or two. So there's loads of copies on eBay made. Yellow covers, that's the rule. It's the rules. They seem to go well, don't they? Seem to go well. 1 to 10 of Invincible are very pricey. 19 is a very pricey book as well. The print runs generally around 15,000 or so for the first 20 issues.
ABZ has every single one of them.
Does he? Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I regret getting rid of mine, I really do. Crime books are pre-code or affordable. I suppose it depends on what you're interested in. For me, it was just to own something that was mentioned in SOI. What's that mean? It's just to own something that was mentioned in... Oh, Seduction of the Innocent. Yeah, got you. I'm after a copy of that, Chris. Sorry, Tarquin. I'm after a copy of that.
Tarquin?
Yeah. I want an original copy of Seduction of the Innocent just to say I've got it. Do you know what I mean? Just to say I've read it as well. Pete had an Invincible 1. Yeah, I did, bud. I did. James is recommending Sunil for pre-50s Superman. Yeah, he's got a great collection.
He's got a superb collection, yeah.
And it's a fab read. Same, never read any Invincible. It's an interesting one, Fuzzy. It's one of those series where if you just pick up the first 3 issues, you might not really fall in love with it. If you read like 10, 15 issues, you just become hooked. That's what happened to me. And then I just blasted through the trade paperbacks.
How many issues is the first arc? Like, is it like a 6-issue or 12-issue arc? Or
I can't remember, Andy. I can't remember.
Just wondering if it'd be worth us reading it.
I think it's a hard one to review because, like I say, I read it in the omnibus format.
Right.
So 3 omnibuses, and I didn't put it down. I just read one after the because it was just so good. But I think the Nerd Herd perhaps read the first 6 issues, or someone. A few people have read like 6 issues, and it's like, it's all right, but it's not great. I think you've got it's a bit like a soap opera.
Yeah.
A bit like a soap opera. You kind of fall in love with the characters, and then characters come back. You'll see one in 30 issues time, you think, oh, he was in the first book or something. Do you know, it's like that kind of recurrent thing.
Like Neighbours.
Just like Neighbours. Just obviously good. Sean saying he thinks the first arc is like 10 issues. And James, it builds a fantastic universe. It absolutely does. You should pick up the trades of it. Really enjoyable series. I've got the first 3 volumes of Omnibuses because I've bought the hardback versions, so I may end up giving them away at some point, guys. I do, Andy. Another regret, I sold my high-grade dupes. Yeah. First arc is 1 to 13. Second arc, 14 to 24. Yeah. Okay, moving on.
What's the go-to? I mixed it up a little bit. So we went for some toy action in this slide. So something that I hadn't seen and certainly didn't realise how much money that it went for. This is the Secret Wars Hobgoblin figure. Is Peter going to pull this out of his
No,
bag of
I'm
goodies?
spotting you. I'm going to pull something out to show.
Oh, okay. So this was another best offer. This sold for just over 500 quid. And I didn't know about this, and it's like I wish I hadn't seen it because you go down rabbit holes when you see these things, because I know that I have some of these superhero figures up in the loft, and I'm like, right, I'll go and dig them out. I've got like the Punisher and things like that, but you just go down a rabbit hole, and then you start wanting to have everything, but not at this price.
So that one is a really interesting one. So it was I thought it was a European exclusive, but they must have done it in Canada as well. But you couldn't get this in the States. And I'm smiling because I recognise this figure because when I was a young man, I did a trip to London. It's funny how things come around. I did a trip to London Zoo. My mother won a early morning TV show thing where we won a trip to London Zoo, where we met Timmy Mallet, and she nipped Timmy Mallet's bum. So I mentioned that earlier on the show and didn't realise it was going to link to this. But anyway.
You foreshadowed that.
I did.
This is crazy.
I did, yeah. So, but when we were in London, at the figure I bought the Hobgoblin because I'd never seen it anywhere else before. Not knowing, obviously, that it was a really hard one to get a hold of. And I played the shit out of it. But to see it for that price is quite interesting.
I'm assuming assuming that's well lost.
Well gone.
Yeah,
well gone. Yeah, nice figure, but nice figure.
It's lovely. It's lovely. The next one was obviously up my street with regards to Lego. This is the PS4 Spider-Man San Diego Comic Con exclusive from 2019, still in its blister pack. And instantly, this was donated to the Clare's House Children's Hospice, and they put it up on their eBay. Again, this one went for an offer price of just over 800 quid. But again, going back to that whole spec thing and, investing in different things, I still can't see buy Lego. This is it's an unbelievable price for a Lego figure.
Mad.
Absolutely
especially for Lego because it's shit. Do you know what I mean? It's just incredible.
Listen, Soundwave, are you going to get it? It came out today. Mate, it looks and it's got it's actually got a sound chip in it as well.
Yeah,
so whenever you move it and stuff like that, it does the whole.
Yeah, stop it, man. Stop it. I might. Yeah.
You'll have it by Monday along with those books. Don't worry about it. Next up, we've got Corgi Toys. This is the James Bond car. I do have a collection of sort of Matchbox cars and stuff like that, and I try to go for the sort of geeky ones, like Batmobiles. I've got a collection of Batmobiles and things like this, but this kind of bowled me over that this went for how much did it go for? I've got it on my list here. No, I actually went for the 54995. I couldn't believe that a car would go, a toy car, a Corgi car would go for that amount.
So I was at a toy fair just a couple of weekends ago. I'm going to show you something I picked up just with we're talking about these slides, and they had the original Batmobile one. Do you know the Corgi in the box and all the rest of it? And I'm aware of it, but it's not something I've ever really looked into. I had it as a kid, spotted it on the shelf, and I was like, oh, it was all in the box. I says, can I have a look? So the guy just handed us it. So I was kind of opening the box and shaking it around, trying to get it out and stuff.
Sweating.
Well, it had no price ring on it. And I was thinking, I might pick this up. And I asked him how much you wanted for it. And it was 450 quid. And I was like, yeah, put it back.
Because they brought that Batmobile back out again. I think it's one of the incentives for subscribing to whatever club it is or whatever. But yeah, I couldn't believe the price of that. Battle Beast. Speaking of Battle Beast, again we've went kind of a full circle again here. This is a figure from Takara. This is the Salmomancer figure.
Okay.
This was part of a collection. I think it was in the 80s. There was 36 of them to collect in total. Are you familiar with that character first and foremost?
So this is, I've got something to show you. It's not a Battle Beast, but at this toy fair I was at the other day, there was a seller of all kinds of action figures, and it had one of the stalls that drives us insane, where it's basically just on the floor. There's just like a huge bloody tub of just stuff everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you've got to get on your knees and ruttle around. And I used to love that when I was a younger man, but now I'm a fat old man. It does me head in because I can't bend down that far, and I can't be chilled.
Do you need one of those little like soft things that you get for the garden?
I do. I need something for my knees, and I need everybody else just to piss off so I can. Do you know what I mean? So no one's around us. But my point is, they had tons of Battle Beast, and I was thinking, I haven't got a Battle Beast in my collection, and they were around about 20 quid each from memory. Couldn't tell you if they had that one or not. But I lost my blah and walked away.
Just give up.
I went back for something, and I'll show you that in a second.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't. But they had loads of Battle Beast for, like I said, 20 quid each.
I had no idea who this character was, if I'm really honest. I'd done a little bit of digging. Apparently, he's known as the Flying Scorpion of the Sea. So there's your factoid for this evening, everybody. Yes. But yeah, crazy.
Nice. So when I was scratching around the boxes, I did go back because there was little bags of figures that I've said I want for ages. And I think I've done well with this. I've paid £5 for it, and I reckon, again, someone fact checkers on eBay, please, for sales, because I haven't had a look. I reckon this one goes for around about 25 quid. But do you remember the Muscles?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this is there was a lunch, you know, these sandwich bags, plastic bags full of muscle figures. They wanted 5 quid each for the Muscles, so I kind of scratted through them. And I saw this one, which is called the Claw, I believe. And I thought, you know what, I remember having that one, so I'll pick that one up. And I'm sure this is one of the harder to get ones. Got a little face on him, look on his finger.
It looks like Sean's hand.
Yeah. Sean's only got 3 fingers, hasn't he? Yeah. So, I mean, I've gotten it. I brought it home, and I've kind of fallen in love with it. So the places this can scratch, I tell you, internal and external. So I've fallen in love with it, and I think I might have to buy more Muscles. My original thing was, like a lot of stuff in my collection, I want one to represent the property.
And then you go down that rabbit hole, though. That's the thing.
And then as soon as I've got it, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I should get them all, really, shouldn't I? Or I should get as many as I can. So
well, if you've got an itchy head there, just
it's like Jeremy Beadle's hand, isn't it? Anyway,
wow, you might know.
So I paid a £5 for that. Fuck me, I'm doing it again.
You could have used that for your.
I could have. Shit.
You wouldn't have let that go, though. That's the thing. You'd have been I'll buy it back off myself for charity.
I would have kept that. Yeah. Okay, let's see the chat, guys, before we move on to our next. I think we've got another segment. I think we're nearly done. Let's have a look. See. So we have got Stephen, the James Bond DB5. I got the 60s original Batmobile off that with the box and everything. Mint paid a bit less than 400 for it.
Nice.
So it seems a bit high to me, unless JB gets more. The James Bond car reminds me of the toy cars that you hit on the side and it would flip a dent. Yeah, I used to have some of them.
Oh, do you remember those? Oh, yeah. That's a memory.
Like He-Man Skeletor's battle armor as well. I did the same thing. You hit it and it flipped over. Who made an offer to a children's hospice? Yeah, I did notice that. So it was for sale on a children's hospice site, wasn't it? How to T-shirt? Does the Lego go for more than the James Bond stuff?
I think it's in how the shit does.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, James. I agree. Lego's cacking it. I agree.
Wow.
Tried to get the Lego when it came out, but I couldn't justify spending 250 on a piece of Lego. I don't believe James Keegan's hands could cope with Lego. In fact, James, didn't you buy Lego on a show about 3 years ago and you said you were going to build it and you never did? I'm sure that.
That's because he's keeping it in the box because he's been listening to Andy.
Fuzzy fact checkers. I'm sure Keego said he was going to build something and we never actually saw it built.
I'm just imagining Fuzzy sitting at like a control panel with loads of computer screens, and every time you say fact check, he's just like.
You see, I picture Fuzzy is like a Barbara Gordon character in the Watchtower, just surrounded by monitors. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Swigging iron brew and just The new Transformers and Void Rivals comics coming out with audio chips. Now, I went down that route with the Godzilla King Kong ones, and they were nice, but
it's like one of those like cards, birthday cards that you get when you open up. It's like
Battle Beast, excuse me, from the Transformers Headmasters episode. Yeah, I like the Headmasters; they were pretty cool. Issue 19 of Invincible, first Battle Beast, it went mental with all those variants and blind box. Yeah, they've gone crazy with them, haven't they? Old man yells at Cloud. I think that's me. I think that's me he's referring to. I've been there witnessing loose figures and plastic tubs at conventions. It drives us crazy. I know why they do it, but and I'm sure it's in my younger days I would have had great fun going through those boxes looking for treasure. Now I'm like
can't be chewed. I think
can't be chewed. Can't be chewed. Yeah, can't be chewed. And I've got one eye in the box and one eye on the cake stall. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking, how much effort do I want to put in here? There's a Battenberg over there with my name on it.
Although if it was a big plastic box of cake that you had to
I'd go through that.
You'd be
I'd be weighing them up. Do you know what I mean? I want the best value. What's the
with your little hand?
Yeah. Fuzzy saying he had the hand. Yeah, it's a nice one. It is a nice one. You can't even get Keegan to do it for you. That's why I kept Badger. So you got Badger to go through the boxes. Yeah, James definitely couldn't get down on his knees and go through that. Yeah.
How would you know?
Yeah, I've asked him many times.
Whoa.
Some of the muscles are expensive. Yeah, they are, Chris. They are, mate. I had the little pyramid one with legs. Yep, I had that one as well. You said the original Thing. Did you mean that, Peter? I don't know, Terry. I'm sorry, mate. I don't know. Muscles out of 5 are pretty good, I guess. Yeah, I think so. Everyone Hoop. Oh, the Evil Knievel cycle. Yeah, I did. I had that one. Did you have that, Andy?
I did not have that one. I was poor.
Yeah. I very cool. Very cool. Can't even contribute to the comment section without being attacked. What's he on about now? I'm just a brain in formaldehyde. Nice. So rather than a bank of computers, he's just a brain, just sat there. Very cool. Everyone lay off James, please. We don't want him crying into his PlayStation pillow. I love you, Keegas. You'll always be my favourite of Peter's sidekicks.
Wow, I feel attacked.
Oh, bless. It's the Crosby Bear, Jimbo. Live with it. The little hand reminds me of Mr. B. Yeah, good old Jeremy. Bless him. Rest in peace. He's dead, isn't he? Yeah, rest in peace.
What did you just do there? You okay?
Rest in peace. It's a cross, isn't it? It's a cross thing.
It's how it was.
It's from
you went on fire there for a second.
Sorrel. I thought we had a special collection, Fuzzy. Thing was the name of the hand in the Adams family. Did I say the Thing? Did I? Claw. That's called the Claw. My understanding.
You've just been fact-checked, Peter.
Fact-checked by Tim. Right. Present company excluded, of course. Yeah. And Andy. Jesus, there's more.
No, it's okay. It's fine. We can move on.
No, crack on. I thought it was one of your slides. It's fine. My eyes are straight away to the driller there.
This just shows that he hasn't reviewed the slides, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll move on. We'll pass that. He's too busy playing with his little hand. So we've got Venom Lethan Protector, issue number 1, the gold foil variant, CGC 9.8, signature series, signed by Stan Lee. Again, this was a best offer. Interestingly enough, he wanted 2,505. He got 1,485. So yeah, he took £1,000 hit on this bad boy. But yeah, I mean, it's signed by Stan. You can obviously hardly see it there, but is the gold foil variant a book that you have, Peter?
No, it's not. I think I've got the red foil of this. It's not a book I've ever really chased, to be honest. I do have to say, I love a bit. I think that's Mark Bagley's version of Venom, and that's my favourite version of Venom. I just love the design of the mouth and everything. So yeah, very cool, very cool.
1,485 quid, is that? Like,
no, I mean, I don't know. I have no reference for that comic, but I wouldn't be paying that for a Venom book.
Yeah. Me neither. I just thought it was interesting, especially with the signature, and I think it's a fairly difficult book to pick up in high grade as well because of the foil. Next one up, I thought this would be one that would interest you. This is from Driller from Thundercats, 1987, and this one went for £471, give or take a few pennies.
That's a pretty pricey one, mind.
So I again, in my ignorance, I didn't know who this character was, but doing a little bit of a deep dive, he was known as the Sand Devil of the Earth, and apparently Moonrack and some of them, him or it. Something you're familiar with?
Yeah, it just shows you how, if you are wanting to make money out of this kind of stuff, you need to be switched on. Because I'm confident I've seen him in toy fairs, in boxes like I've just described and things. Never for a second did I think that he was a character. I know out of all of the Thundercat figures, if anybody's interested in picking up, if you can get a Bengal or a Jaga, particularly on card, they're the two really, really hot items. I had both of those, picked them up from a wholesaler place in Blackpool many years ago, and they go for big money.
Yeah.
But I never realised the Driller was. I'll keep an eye out for that one.
I'd be totally out of my depth going to like a toy convention and stuff like that. As much as I would love it, I wouldn't know unless, I think the only thing I'd probably know a little bit about would be like the Star Wars figures and things like that.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of which, I'm going to put it out there. I'm looking for a vintage Princess Leia with the original cape and weapon in high grade.
I know you've mentioned that to us before. I looked for one for you when I was at a toy fair, but there's loads of Boba Fett's and loads of Luke's, but no Leia's.
Trying to get it in good condition, and there's so many different variants and things like that. So my youngest daughter's called Leia. She was named after Princess Leia, so I want that in my collection. So if anybody sees one or knows somebody has one, let me know.
Very cool. And then that's the Batmobile we were just talking about.
It was indeed, yeah. Again, we went full circle again. So this one went for 455 quid. This is the one that caught my eye. This is something that I would probably like to have in my collection. I think it looks great. I think it would display fantastically well as well. And I know Stephen's saying there that he's thinking of selling his. But yeah, it went for 455, Stephen, so it didn't go for the 6. That seems to be the eBay thing now. Like, if you put your best offer on, that's how you're going to sell it. Just add 10, 20, 30%, or in the case of the other guy, £1,000 off, and you'll probably sell it, Yeah.
Von Hoot is asking, is the gold Venom an error or a variant? I don't know, Von Hoot, but MJ might. James, you've got a copy of this. Is it I want to say an error.
It's a variant. I was under the impression it was a variant. I thought the error was the one that didn't have any foil on it at all, but MJ is probably the expert on that one.
Yeah, let me know, mate. Let me know. And a few people are pointing out they are literally just a couple of years older than, they're born in 87, Simon. That's terrifying.
And he's also Irish as well. So
apparently so. Yeah, 87. Christ. Anyway, James was born in 87 as well. He's like twins. Anyway, let's move on.
They will be in London.
Yeah. Hey kids, comics. So this is a bit where we review a classic book, and this month we are reviewing one of the biggest books of all time, I think. Good old Batman, The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller. So, Andy, what did you think?
I was really looking forward to reading this, like all books. I really enjoyed the story, and arguably that's the most important thing. I think the thing that I really struggled with was the art. It's almost like it takes the first 2 issues for your eyes and your brain to adapt to the art. I did find it very interesting. It's the first kind of a book that I've read where the sequential panels, and you're sort of reading from left to right and going that way. I found that quite interesting. But yeah, I'm not going to lie. I really enjoyed the story. I love the context of it. I love the sort of political feel and how it's sort of like the previous book that we'd read connected to real world events. And especially if this is a book from, what, 1986, I want to say?
Somewhere.
Yeah. And I just thought it was really interesting, some of the concepts and some of the things that they brought up. But for a 4-issue that I thought that I was going to consume really, really quickly, I found it a bit of a chore, and I think that was largely down to the artwork, if I'm honest. I know this is a classic, and it's almost like one of those books where you have to like it, or you get your comic nerd card taken away from you. And as much as I enjoyed the story, and I liked the sort of back and forth between Superman and Batman, especially in the last issue, I thought that was fantastic. I liked the way they used Superman as like almost a weapon. They weaponized Superman. So used to him being the sort of squeaky clean character, and this one he thought of himself as, and he was portrayed in the media as that squeaky clean character, but really he was just getting effectively manipulated by the American government to be a weapon. And I thought his ending in the way that, because he'd almost killed himself by diverting the bomb, and the bomb went off, and you couldn't see the sun, so you couldn't re-energize. I just thought that was really clever. So yeah, for me, it was solid story, but artwork I struggled with.
So it's a really interesting one, isn't it? It is classed as, a classic. It's one of the most highly recommended comic books out there, I have to say. I hadn't read this for a while. I think, to be fair, I've not done this book justice because I left it until just earlier in the week to read it. There's a lot to read in each issue. There's an awful lot of... I mean, I thought Watchmen was bad enough when I read it the week before in terms of the volume of reading. I know that sounds ridiculous, but modern comics, quite often, this just feels almost like a novel in comparison.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's like a novelization that's been squeezed into a comic book format. Yeah.
I would say, reading it in today's modern standards, and people will disagree with us, there is some problematic stuff in this for me. There's some, in terms of times have changed, shall we say, in the use of some of the language and things like that. The artwork I find really bizarre. Miller's stuff is Miller's stuff. It's hit or miss for a lot of people. I struggle with his work sometimes. In this book, there are pages like the one you've put on there, which I just think are phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And then there's characters like the mayor, who literally looks like a potato, and I'm like, his style of art.
It reminded me a little bit of like Spitting Image. Remember it was very much Spitting Image.
Yeah, there's like just some real, but that's Miller's style. So I think you have to, you either love it or you're not as keen. I'm on the fence where I'm kind of in the middle, where it's okay. Sometimes it's great. Other times I'm like, I don't understand what's happening here.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
The overall story, I absolutely love. I think it's a great story. I think it's still as powerful now as it was back when it first came out in terms of, oppression and all. I love the bits with Jim Gordon more than anything else, really. It's a really, really nice story. Artwork, hit or miss, like I say. But overall, I can absolutely see why it's highly regarded. And I absolutely think it's a crime that we've not really had this translated onto the big screen.
Yeah.
We had Batman versus Superman, which pinched bits from it. But, this is what I don't understand about this is what I don't understand about the comic book making industry, particularly DC, when you've literally got blueprints here for condense it into 3 movies. But you know what I mean? You've got a blueprint here for a trilogy of movies.
Absolutely.
That could be spectacular, but instead they just balls it up. I just don't understand it,
Absolutely. I don't know if it's a book that I would revisit and go through endure it through again. I almost felt like, because I read this over a couple of days, and then I read our Exquisite Corpses, and it almost felt like once I'd finished this book, it was like a massive weight off my shoulders. It's like I've ticked that box. I can say that I've read, because I hadn't read this before. I was like, I can say that I've read this and I've done it. Put that to one side, and it almost felt a bit of a relief reading the clean, fresh-looking Tinian book.
Yeah, I think I left this far too late. I hadn't anticipated just how meaty each issue was going to be, you know. And it was interesting. Sorry.
Go on, buddy. Sorry.
No, I was going to say it was interesting going back and rereading it because in my mind he kills the Joker. But my reading of this on the second go around, it was he hasn't killed the Joker. He snaps the Joker's neck, but then the Joker effectively kills himself.
Yeah.
But I convinced myself that that was a hallucination and Joker was dead or whatever. But it didn't read like that for me. On second point, the Batman versus Superman fight, I would say, mine is one of the best bits.
Brilliant. Yeah. Give me more of that. I think the thing that there was just things that Batman did in this that it wasn't very Batmanish. Like that part when he killed or thought we killed the Joker, and then he sort of spits in his face, and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? Like, what were you thinking? What was the point?
It is very much Miller's version of Batman. I mean, there's the whole, referring to people as soldiers and stuff. And Batman has used that kind of language in other books and things like that, but it's very prominent in this. There's some very, again, I'm being PC, I guess. There's bits where the young Robin kind of first appears and she's climbing on him and jumping all over him and cugging him and stuff. And it's like, it feels a bit, he's literally just met this girl,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's very good. I wish they'd done more with Harvey Dent. I would have liked to have seen that played out a little bit more.
Yeah.
I thought that was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Overall, I still think it stands up and I still think it's a great book.
It's the fact that there is a book from 1986 and it does stand up that, it's an enjoyable read. And again, it's that connection. I think this book and The Watchmen that we read, you could do it's a dissertation type comic where you could really do this at university or college and break this down and relate it to the modern world. I think these are a great dissertation comics.
Absolutely. So this and Watchmen have got writers who are at the peak, I would say, of their kind of, I would say, intelligence. Do you know what I mean? It's very clever. It's very informative. It's very based on current affairs and what's happening in the world. This, for me, in the same way as Watchmen, this is the book that when people say comics are for kids, you say, really? Well, read this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it challenges so much,
You can almost imagine, when comics are in a museum and you're going to visit museums and stuff like that, you see a wall of comics. You can see the two comics that we've read over the last two shows being in that museum. I think that they stand up for that.
It's interesting because, again, some of the stuff that I enjoyed on the second or third read, whatever it is, I've read this a few times, but this recent read that I probably hadn't picked up on much before, it was the kind of the little news clips, like where you see the lady in the subway and you've got that beautiful narrative of how she's clutching onto her purse because she's spent her last money on an art set, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to newscast, woman in subway explodes.
Yeah.
Because they've put a hand grenade. And there's those kind of things peppered throughout the book, which I just loved.
Absolutely.
So yeah, a good one. Let's see what the chat are saying. Ladies and gents in the chat, we are keen to keep reading classics. So drop us some suggestions in the chat of books you think we should pick up and read. I'm going to be upfront about this. If you don't like Dark Knight Returns, then we can't be friends anymore. I've always struggled reading this. I think
we're still friends.
We're still friends. We're still friends. And think in terms of the time it came out, it being a really important book, but it's not my favourite. That's fair, Ed. That's fair. You have to like it because it's one of the best books ever written. Von Hoot's a fan. I'm having a bit of a Miller phase right now. I've just rebought Sin City. That's a good one. I like Sin City a lot. And I have to look for another copy of this. Fuzzy, we're giving away a copy tonight. We are giving away a copy tonight, so best of luck to you. It's very meaty. Indeed. Yep. Certainly not a quick read. I absolutely agree, Von Hoot. I totally underestimated how long this was going to take us to.
And see the interesting thing, a lot of the reading and a lot of the wordage was the media side of things when it was the newscast, and it was just like, it was just finished already.
I think it's as a standalone Batman story, it's awesome, but I really don't like when adaptations take inspiration from it. Yeah, I wasn't particularly a fan of Batman versus Superman. The animated movie's not bad, mind. It beefs up the fight, but it's not bad. I've never understood the reverence this book is given. I hated the art, and like Andy, it took me out of reading it. Even today, I don't think I've bothered finishing it. You need to treat issues 1 to 4 prestige format as a 1 to 12 modern minis. Yeah, that's very true. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I hope you're having a great night. Busy playing TFT tonight. Nice to see you, Dark Man. Hope you are well. TFT. Not sure. Now wrong with a tatty.
A what? Did you misspell that?
No, no, because I referenced the male looking like, I know where you're going, you dirty boy. The artwork is why we all remember it. Let's be honest, it's a great story. I do like this book. It's defo a classic for Batman shelf. Yeah. It's a decent book, but it's a real challenging read, and it feels like a day's work getting through it. Good story when broken down, 100%. But still a damn hard read. I thoroughly enjoyed it, don't get us wrong, but I think I would have enjoyed it more if I'd read, say, 1 issue every week or so for a while, rather than trying to cram it all in, you know?
Yep.
The best bit of Superman versus Batman was an announcement day when they did Kevin Conroy read a passage. Absolutely, I agree with that. It was tremendous, that. It's definitely a slow burn read, not to be rushed. Yeah, I think I rushed it. Timeless, it birthed a generation of comic book fans and just as many writers, still the benchmark of what superhero tales can be, as influential today as the day it dropped. It's the pinnacle. High praise indeed from Fuzzy. Post Watchmen Dark Knight Returns, we ended up getting mature reader titles like Vertigo. Yeah, it was a good step forward. I'm blasting through the comments here, guys. Apologies. Bat's relationship with Robin is very like she's his unhinged chance at being a dad again, rather than anything sinister. Yeah, I think that's fair. I do think that's fair, Von Hoot. And it does align with, you know, his willingness to put kids in danger. Because I think there's a point in the book where the police say add child endangerment to his list of crimes.
Yeah.
And actually, that's nothing new for Batman. He's done that from day one. Do you know what I mean? With Robin. Robin was a kid and all the rest of it. And he's, yeah. V for Vendetta, that's a good book. Oh, another V for Vendetta.
Many issues is that?
One. I want to say 12. That's a good... Well, it is a good call. Is the artwork good? Tomorrow. It is, yeah. It's Alan Moore. Okay. I remember reading comics when I was a kid. The Star Trek from the later issues of Star Trek 6 is the first comic I read. Very cool. Joker definitely kills himself. It's his last FU to Bats. Yeah, I picked that up from this issue, mate. I did pick that up. Certainly fancy reading it again. It's been years since reading it, and older now. It might feel totally different. It's worth picking up. Craven's Last Hunt's a good shout as well. So, we've got V for Vendetta, Craven's Last Hunt, Keegan's suggesting Woman of Tomorrow, but Andy, I don't want to read that one because I'm going to read that with sorrow for a different show, mate. So V for Vendetta or Craven's Last Hunt are both very good classic books to read. Do you have a preference for those?
Wait a minute, you're doing a comic show with Sorrow?
Yeah.
Oh.
My good friend Sorrow. Yeah.
Okay, cool. V for Vendetta, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
No disrespect to any of the other options, but yeah.
So no, V for Vendetta is a good shout. It's years and years since I've read it. I've watched the movie multiple times. One of my favourite movies. So yeah, I think have you read it before?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
It's more. I mean, we're picking very highbrow books here, which is good.
What are you trying to say?
No, in terms of heavy reads is what I mean. It's
not a heavy reader, is it?
It's a one that's very thought provoking, and it's a good one. It is a good one.
Okay, challenge accepted.
Green Blackest Night, superb. All of Jeff Jones's run is superb. Sin City, we've got suggested as well. Crap, now I'm going to have to read V for Vendetta. I was 30 when it came out, 68 now. Still don't want to read it again. Sorry. Is that V for Vendetta, Terry?
Oh, no. See, after V for Vendetta, guys, can we go a little bit lighter? And just, get the fun back into the comics again.
Okay, so that is V for Vendetta for the next one. The next show, we'll give it a go. Really interested because, like I say, I've watched the movie multiple times. All right, Terry said no, Batman. He's ready. He doesn't want to read it again. So yeah, watched the movie multiple times, but I'm not sure I ever completed the comic, if I'm being really honest. I can't remember. It's effing mid-80s Alan Moore, of course. It's like a thesaurus. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh gosh.
Top picks.
Yes.
I forgot about this. Jesus, we're on 2 hours.
Sorry, guys. So this is our category focus. And
What's that?
Calm
What's
your,
that?
relax. So what we decided for the category focus this fortnight was to look at some of our top picks from San Diego Comic Con. Just to annoy Peter, and because I like Lego, okay, deal with it. I went for these 3 Lego sets that were announced at San Diego Comic Con. The first one on the right hand side is the Nintendo Game Boy.
Oh, sorry.
Wow,
Sorry.
oh, shit, chill out, relax. You. Is that another Pepsi you're cracking open there?
Pepsi.
Lubricate
Sponsored by Pepsi. Liquid sex.
Please. Is it liquid what?
Liquid sex.
Thought that's what you said. Thanks for confirming. Anyway, Game Boy is 54.9.
It's cherry Pepsi.
Oh, is it cherry? There's nothing worse when you don't expect cherry Pepsi, especially if it's warm. Ugh, yeah.
I'm just doing anything to distract from the Lego, to be fair.
I can tell, and it's working. So this is Game Boy for $54.99. I think this set looks great, and it will sell a huge amount, but it's only 421 pieces, so it's going to be tiny, unless I'm completely mistaken. It doesn't release until October the 1st, but I think it'll be one that tickles the nostalgia, and it's probably one that I'll be picking up. Peter, there's no even any point in asking if you're going to pick it up, so I'll very quickly move on to the next one.
But what I would say is I think it's pretty cool. I do like the design. If I wanted a Game Boy represented in my collection, I'd buy an old Game Boy. Do you know what I mean? But I do think that is quite nice. I love the fact you get those. I'm presuming they slot in to act as the screens and
to
things.
The screen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It'd be good if you could get like other stickers for other games as well, so you could choose which games you display with it and stuff. But the other set, which is an absolute beauty, okay, that makes sense, is Arkham Asylum.
I mean, that does look impressive.
It looks amazing. This comes with 16 minifigures. I'm not entirely sure at this point which of the minifigures are exclusive to this set. I'm assuming there's going to be at least 1 or 2. But this comes in at nearly 3,000 pieces, this set, and it's going to retail for $269.99. As a display piece, first and foremost, I think this looks absolutely fantastic. But again, if you're going to pick this up and you don't have any of the other sets, then it's going to be one of those completionist things, and it's almost like you could... I think it's getting to the stage where they're creating a modular Gotham.
Yeah,
that's what they're going to do, and you can piece it all together, and I think that will look absolutely cracking.
Nice.
The last set is obviously from Stranger Things, which is obviously a connection. You guys are going to see Stranger Things next week in the theatre. And this is Mike, Dustin, Lucas, and Will figures. So these are like the Brickhead figures, the set of 4. It's about 540 pieces for the 4 of them, and they're retailing for $34.99. And I just thought it was a cool set. And again, because it hits that nostalgia, I think the Stranger Things will be that nostalgia thing in years to come.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's worth picking up these sets if you're in the line of, flipping them and things like that as well. Absolutely. So that was my picks, Peter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big Lego fan. You might not.
No, what? Seriously?
Notice that, but they all do look good. I mean, the Gotham set, the Arkham, it does look phenomenal. But where do you display something like that without knocking it and it exploding and all that kind of stuff?
Well, you build it correctly first and foremost, Peter, because I know you struggled with Transformers and instructions booklets. You struggle with them as well, like words and things. Or you get someone else to build it for you.
Yeah, that's more likely. Sorrel is saying, Von Hoot is saying, that's exactly what I think. It just makes you want an old Game Boy. Yeah, I'm the same, mate. I'm the same. I think Brickheads look absolutely awful. I concur, Fuzzy. I concur. They're not for me.
It's the Funko Pop of Lego.
Yeah, absolutely. But they sell really well, don't they? They sell really well. And
yeah. And when they retire, again, I've went through this before, and one of the other shows is like they double, treble in price as well if they're kept in the mix. So.
I wanted to mention these. I'm getting bang into, because of good old B&M bargains, bang into the McFarlane statue line at the moment. You can get them for great price. I've mentioned them multiple times over on my channel. But this was some of the announcements of some of the new ones coming out. I really like that corner box one with the Spidey, the physical Spidey kind of hanging from the top there. I think that's cool. You got Wolverine there, obviously, and Ghost Spider. The Colossus one's really interesting because you've now got pretty much the full lineup of X-Men 1. They've done a Cyclops, they've done a Beast, they've done a Magneto, all in that kind of Jim Lee pose. Yeah. So, yeah.
Do those connect? Like, or do some of them connect, with the bases?
They don't really connect. No, with each one you get a background and things like that. And I don't think they line up. I'm not 100% sure. I might be lying on that. But yeah, they are very, very nice. The Deadpool's pretty cool as well. We've already had a Deadpool and we've already had a Wolverine, but these are obviously based on different comic book appearances and things.
See the corner box design. If you could buy that separately for different corner boxes and then just place your figures in front of those to display, there'll be a market for that, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think they look great. I really do. So yes, I like them. I do like them. They look very cool. Very cool. So spotted them, thought I liked the look of them. There was a whole host of different ones as well came out. This is what really got me attention. So this is by Raymond Toys. Are you familiar with them? It's a company from... Yeah, they do some interesting stuff. So I've recently become aware of them because they do a lot of the stuff that me and you love. Old cartoon properties like Centurions and things like that. They rename them, obviously, for copyright purposes, and then they push out their version of the figures. So they've done all the Centurions. I've just picked up, I've not done a video on it yet, but I've just picked up a figure called the Marshal, which is their version of Brave Star.
Brave Star, yeah. I've seen that on their website,
Yeah, and then I've pre-ordered, they've done a version of 3030, his horse. So I've pre-ordered that. But this is what they took to good old San Diego Comic-Con, a 1-to-1 scale matte tracker. Obviously they're not calling it matte tracker, but a matte tracker lifter mask.
The Mads Hawking and stuff like that was the name on the toy box, wasn't it? Yeah,
because they can't use the official names. Yeah, so I mean, I do collect some of the Marvel Legends helmets and masks and things that they do. I think I might have to get this. I think this looks pretty darn cool. It'll depend on the price, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, different coloured lenses you can snap onto it. I just think it looks class. And it's a bit of nostalgia that's, most people recognise your Doctor Doom mask and all that kind of stuff. It's only going to be a select group of nerds who recognise what this is, and it's a great talking point in your collection.
Absolutely. I've got about 4 or 5 Star Wars helmets. I think they're above me just there up the top there. And the key to this is to display them. So here's a cool tip. So you get like a tissue roll holder. And you can stick I don't even why I'm telling this, but you get like a tennis ball and cut it in the middle, put the tennis ball on top of the thing, and then put your helmet on top, and it just displays perfectly. So there you go. Top tip. That's a great tip, because I've got a few of these, and I've got Dread, and I've got a few of those. So yeah, I might have to do that. I don't have a Dread helmet. I'm so jealous. I need to. So I made a complete balls up with my Dread one. Although I still say it's made it better looking. So I got the Dread one at a Comic-Con a good few years ago, and it's a really nice, it's privately made one. It's not like a company made one. And when I got it and put it on, there's the kind of the nape of the nose bit, and then there's a plastic. It was like a sheet of plastic. Perspex see-through plastic around it. I thought that looks crap, so I cut it off, thinking it was just something to protect your mouth or whatever. Then I went back and looked at images of Dread, and he has got like a Perspex bit down here. So it was comic accurate, but it looked shite. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. So you keep telling yourself that you modified it. I modified it. I am the law. That's my Judge Dredd impression from. That was triple Dread. that was my Judge Dredd impression from good old. Sylvester Stallone. Adrian, I am the law. Anyway, sorry. Let's see what else we've got in the chat. Spider-Man looks great. It does indeed, Joshy. It does indeed. I really like that. Talk to me about Lego when they do a Ramsey Street. Not happening, mate. That's not a bad idea, actually, having a Ramsey Street Lego set. Mark Ruffalo confirmed for brand new day. Spidey, Punisher, Hulk fight confirmed. Good stuff. Batman animated adventure figures are starting to give me the itch. I'm going to break soon. Fuzzy, mate,
I've been looking for you for a 1/6 scale Mr. Freeze from Mondo, but you kind of get them in good nick. But yeah, I think you need to scratch that itch, bud. Scratch that.
I had them
itch.
all and sold them all. I had the full kit and caboodle, sold them all.
If you say so, Fuzzy, there's no proof you collect anything. I bet you're in an empty room laughing at us all. Yeah.
In a jar, obviously.
in a jar. Wow. Okay, take it all back. I'm not sure if he's talking to Von Hoot there or if my impression has upset him. I'm not sure.
Both, I think.
Probably both. We wanted to just quickly end the show on some IG creator showcases. We've each picked someone just to talk a little bit about. Oh, look at that artwork. Andy, this is yours, mate.
Yeah, this is Lee Carter. Anybody who doesn't know who Lee Carter is, they will after this. Look at some of the artwork now. It's obviously heavily 2000 AD. I've been following Lee for quite a bit. I don't have any commissions or anything like that yet. But the thing that caught my eye was the Judge Death and the Judge Dredd in the left hand side. I just think they're absolutely phenomenal. I can definitely see those on a blank cover and things like that. And then obviously he's done some Rogue Trooper stuff as well. Even if you're not a 2000 AD or Judge Dredd fan, you have to appreciate the quality of the artwork here. I'd highly recommend you go. It's Mr. Lee Carter on Instagram. Go and give him a follow. Check out his other work, and I'm sure at some point. I know he's got a big cartel shop as well, but I'm sure if you reach out to him and see if he's got any sort of commission spots and anything like that, and definitely look out for the likes of Thought Bubble and things like that if he attends those, because I definitely, he's on my list to get something done because I think it's superb.
So my eyes immediately went to the Rogue Trooper because of the colour work. I think that looks phenomenal. But then I know you're a big Dredd fan, Andy, and they are phenomenal. I have to say that's one of the best Batman pieces I think I've seen. I love the way Batman's extending the cape and the yellow of the belt and all the rest of it. That's pretty damn spectacular.
Amazing, isn't it?
Oh man, this is going to end up costing me a fortune, this show, isn't it?
It's another one to add to the list.
That's another one to add to the list. I am very impressed with that. Very impressed with that. It is very, very cool. Terry is just saying, just ordered V for Vendetta Trade and I can't find one I thought I had. And 275 copy of the film. The film's tremendous, mate. So yeah, looking forward to that. Look at that Rogue Trooper. Indeed. Von Hoot, get Kev's Kickstarter commission bargain. Absolutely. Please do go check out Kev Wells on Kickstarter. I'm not sure when his thing finishes, but we'll have to stick that up on the socials as well for it. Kev's a great guy. Those of you that watch my channel will know I gave away about 30 copies of The Weeping Blade last time he published something. I'm going to buy a load of his new book, which is about a samurai western, I think. I can't remember the full detail. But he's got the full Kickstarter up at the moment. Loads of different variants of the covers you can pick up. Like they said, you get the comic and a A4 sketch from Kev for pennies. So
it's
yeah,
£22 or something, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. It's Kev's sketches. I should have brought on the show. Well, maybe talk about him on the next show if it's
absolutely, yeah.
Because he is incredible. Speaking of sketches, and big thank you to Fuzzy of the Dunlop for putting me in touch with this chap. This is Elliot from Lost Boy Comics. I kind of first noticed him when Fuzzy started talking about him, but when another friend of mine, Luke from Thor Comics, got this piece done by him. This is a comic book cover of obviously the mighty Thor. There's something quite special about his style and his artwork. It's like really, I don't know how to describe it in terms of the line work, if that makes sense. Like if you look at the detail on Thor's hammer, it's all these minuscule. I just think it looks incredible.
That's the thing that drew me to it, and again, thanks to Fuzzy for pointing them out. The line work in this is, I think I actually said it's exquisite. It's unbelievable. No, like putting pen to paper myself and trying my best to do that sort of line work is so difficult. And some of the stuff that he's doing on socials and things like that, he seems an incredibly likable person as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
guy.
And the prices are phenomenal, like £30 or something like that.
Yeah. So these are some of the covers he's done recently. These are £30 a cover, which I just think is absolutely insane. I've hit him up and I'm getting a load of books from him. I'm getting a Thor cover, and I've sent him already a load. I've sent him 10 blanks to get horror icons on each one. And I've left it up to him. I've told him to let his creative juices go crazy. But you can see the quality of his artwork. Like I say, just a really unique style, I think. I've not really seen that line work before. So please do go check out Lost Boy Comics over on Instagram. Let them know that we sent you. 30 quid for a commissioned cover is insanity. So you've got some great deals here tonight, guys. If artwork is your thing, please do go check out Lost Boy Comics. Go check out Kevin Wells on Kickstarter and on Instagram. He does amazing commissions. And check out this chap. Sorry, my eyes, Andy. Is it Mr. Lee Carter? Yeah.
Lee Carter.
Check out Lee Carter. Some incredible things to check out. Okay, that's your whack. We are at the end of the show. Last thing to say, guys, we are going to give away a copy of The Dark Knight. So hashtag Dark Knight. So hashtag Dark Knight in the chat whilst we're rounding up, and we will give away this book. So just let me share that screen.
Can you imagine if we hadn't been speaking about our favourite crisps, we could have ended the show 30 minutes earlier?
Yeah.
It seems like almost a lifetime ago.
Yeah, it's absolutely insanity. Absolute insanity. So, hashtag Dark Knight, ladies and gentlemen, please, in the chat. Just before we go to what we've recently picked up, let us just quickly show you some of the chat comments. There it is, sorry. Senora Senorita. I've probably butchered that.
Sayonara, senorita.
Sayonara. Of course it is. What an arsehole I am. Yeah, I do apologise.
And I'm the Scottish one. My goodness.
Rupert is saying that Galactus is extreme. Incredible work. His style is freaking amazing. It is stunning, mate. Absolutely stunning. Lots of people jumping in the comments. Marvellous. Okie dokie. Let's do pickups. Andy, what have you picked up recently that you want to show off? Do you want us to make you big, or do you not like it?
This.
Oh,
so
nice.
This is Strange Adventures issue 205, and this is the origin and first appearance of Deadman, aka Boston Brand. This is a 6.0 off white to white pages. And a while, I think at the start of the year, I put up like my top 5 books that I was wanting to pick up. And I was conscious of the fact we're over halfway through the year, well over halfway through the year, and I hadn't picked up any. So this is my first one off that list, and I'm so happy with it. I got this from Slab City Comics, and it was an easy purchase to do, and I am so happy with it. I love it. This is going to be staying in the collection until Deadman becomes a super popular character and it quadruples in price. But yeah, you know. But yeah, I love it. Love it.
I love that. It's not so. It's interesting. I have very few DC-based CGC books. I've focused my collection mainly on Marvel, to be honest. But I am tempted to pick up some of these. Very, very cool. Very cool. I've gone for something old school. And again, this is a. You know how me and you've talked before about how we just find ourselves going down rabbit holes.
Every day.
You know, and you've kind of influenced one of these as well with some of the stuff you've very kindly gifted us over the last year or so. But I've found that I've started picking up old annuals. And I know you gave us 2008 deals. So I went to a toy fair. That's the only toy I bought, but I bought 7 annuals. This one got us excited. So this, for lots of reasons. This is Spider-Woman from 1983. It's a beautiful cover. My favourite version of the Spider-Woman costume, I have to say.
Real talk. Does it smell?
It smells like sex. It's just...
It smells like nostalgia.
Oh, it just smells... yeah, it's just lush. It's just lush. So it's your traditional annual, loads of interesting stuff in it. But the reason I've picked this up is this came out 83, so I would have been a young kid when I got this for Christmas, and I remember having this particular book. The reason it's stuck in my little silly ginger brain is there's a story in this, and I don't know if anybody's read the proper book that it came out in, but there's a story in this about, see that guy? So he's a clown, right? And this is always stuck in my brain, and I could never really remember what it was all about until I saw this book. But he's a guy dressed as a clown who's got a snake in a tin of peanuts, and he basically, a fake snake, he pops the fake snake out and he strangles women to death with it. And Spider-Woman has to try and catch him. It freaked me out as a kid, because there I am thinking I'm reading about people in tights and superheroes and shit, and I've got a serial killer clown throttling people in the backs of cars and stuff like that.
With a snake?
With a weird snake, yeah. And I just remember thinking, what the shit? And then to see it years later, I just thought, I have to have it. I paid £5 for that. £5, you know, you can't go wrong for that.
Yeah,
so
that's... So are you down the rabbit hole with?
Oh, I've got loads.
Like
I've got loads of annuals now. It's a bit like, and this is going to sound like such a ridiculous problem to have. It's a bit like He-Man toys I've got now. When I go to comic fairs and toy fairs and stuff like that, I've forgotten which ones I've got. For some reason, they don't stick in my brain like comic books. So I see a load of annuals, and I'm like, I haven't got a clue whether I've picked that one up before. So I've picked up. I'm going to do a video on them, so I'm not going to show them all off here. But I've picked up an absolute ton. At the toy fair.
Oh, brilliant.
You know,
class.
So, yeah, I just love them. It's just a bit of nostalgia, you know, a bit of nostalgia.
If anybody looks on my Instagram, the top 3 panels of my Instagram is basically the top of the bookshelf to the right-hand side of me. And I've collected all the 2000 AD annuals, so I'm up to date from start to finish. And apparently this year they're bringing out a new 2000 AD annual for the first time in years and years and years. So there's another rabbit hole I'll be down again. So...
Yeah, very cool. Okay, let's just have a quick look on the chat before we draw some free... we send this book to someone. Let's have a look, see... awesome spot that, Annie, and a great pickup. Yeah, it is. It's a stunner, mate. It's a stunner. I had that when I was a youngster, Peter. Yeah, it's just a beautiful annual. I just love them. DC keys are the cheap ticket. One day I'll be a millionaire when Punch Klein finally blows up.
Absolutely,
yeah. And Ellie grabbed a 206 and to 216, but they were in such bad condition. I'm going to start getting them in singles and save for the 205. Yeah.
I'm hoping at the Comic Mart next Sunday in London that I'll be able to pick up a Demon issue #1. That's my next book that I'm on the hunt for. So
yeah, absolutely. It would be nice to have a minty collection of UK hardback annuals. Yeah, mate, it's hard. I've kind of decided I'm not too worried about them being minty, because when you get them, invariably, a lot of these books had like crosswords or spot the differences in, and they're nearly always coloured in or written or something.
The price tag at the bottom right hand corner on the first page, and it's always snipped. Yeah. But is the Doctor alluding to like an omnibus almost of all the sort of hardback annuals? That would be cool. I'd go for that.
Cool. Yeah. I've got a 2000. Andy sent me a couple of 2000 AD annuals as well, so very cool, lovely stuff. Okay, Andy, are we ready to give away this book? Do I think?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Let's crack on. So good luck, everybody. Let's see who is winning this copy of Batman Dark Knight. And tonight's winner, Matthew, is... James T. Keegan. Congratulations, Mr. Keegan. You have won this copy of The Dark Knight Returns. I shall fetch it to London for you next week. Saves a bit of postage. Marvellous. Congratulations, Mr. Keegan. We'll get this to you. Like I say, I'll either send it to you at home if you want, or we'll bring it to London. Just let us know what you would prefer. Andy, is there anything else we wanted to mention before we go? I think that's most of the slides done.
I think there was only one little plug that I was going to do for Mr. James Breen, who's in the chat. We don't really touch on FOC on this particular show, so this weekend's FOC is massive. There's a ton of big books that are going to be coming out. You've got Amazing Spider-Man 11, you've got Marvel DC Deadpool, Batman #1, Batman #1, Spider-Man 94 issue #1, so that's going to be a 5-issue series based on the 1994 animated series. And then you've got Mark Spears' Monsters issue #7, obviously one of the biggest creators this year. If you go to the Facebook group of Slab Crusaders, they're doing this thing where it's like, if you get over a certain amount of sales, then they give away a CGC. I think they've already hit one. already. But it was just a wee plug for James and the Slab Crusader guys, if you want to just pop over there and have a quick look. But yeah, overall, FOC is a big weekend, so make sure that you get your orders into whatever your LCS is and keep supporting them.
Fab. James, if you want to send a slide, I'm happy to add it to the show each month, just to show what's out that week or whatever. More than happy to do that, but let me know. Okay, right. Thank you so much to everybody that has been in the chat. We had around about 30 people watching, 26 to 30 people most of the night, so really do appreciate you stopping by and taking part. That's really, really well appreciated. Thank you for all your comments. That's why me and Andy decided to do this show. What we said was we wanted a show where we interact with the channel and the people who are supporting with. So I do hope you enjoy the banter back and forth, because that's really what it's all about.
Absolutely.
For us.
And the crisp and chocolate talk, obviously, as well.
Obviously, we will need a topic for the next time we do the show, which is a couple of weeks' time, in terms of food-based product. So
favorite fizzy pop, I think, is probably the natural progression: chocolate crisps and then something to wash it down with.
I mean,
let's not start. Let's not start. I'm just planting the seed.
And Bongo's always the winner. I didn't want to win. It wouldn't fit into my empty rule in my dull life. Wipe me nose at me, Mike. Next time, maybe. Stupid bloody Mike, honestly. Anyway, listen, thank you so much to everybody that's been watching. Shameless plug, I do have channel membership on the channel, so if you're interested in that kind of jazz, please do have a little look-see at that. But for now, that's your whack. We will see you on Tuesday night for my next live show. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
The curtains close, it's time to go. We really hope you enjoyed the show. Check out my channel for more geeky fun, and hit like, subscribe before you run. All that remains is our thanks to you, from Triple G and his YouTube crew. We really do hope you come on back, but for now, that's your whack. Yeah, that's your whack.